Body Shop, that's who we are.
After a long, hot summer, are you ready for fall? What about your home? Is your heating system ready for cooler temperatures ahead? Call Bryant for your fall heating check. No matter what brand of equipment you own, Bryant's trained technicians will thoroughly clean and inspect your furnace or heat pump to make sure you stay warm, safe, and comfortable. Call today to schedule your home heating check. 467-1111. Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing. 467-1111. Bryant, whatever it takes.
MHC isn't a new company, just a new name. Moe's Moving is now Moe's Home and Commercial. Whether moving across town or across the state, MHC Moving has you covered, specializing in home, apartment, assisted, and independent living moves. MHC can handle your commercial moves as well. MHC Moving has 0 hidden fees. You'll never pay for same-day booking or be charged for stairs, heavy items, or elevator fees. Rates are the same Monday through Saturday, and you will never pay a truck or fuel surcharge. And they offer payment plans through PayPal. Call MHC Moving today at 402-853-7167 or go to mhcmoving.com.
It's the best time of the year to order a new John Deere self-propelled windrower from Landmark Implement during the Early Order Program. Hay harvest is a race against time. Order a new John Deere self-propelled windrower to harvest your hay quickly and efficiently while promoting quick dry down for quality hay. Now is the time to lock in the best price of the year. Contact your local Landmark location for full details on a new self-propelled windrower and experience the Landmark difference.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet. KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket. 93.7 The Ticket. Fox, KFXL weather. Brought to you by Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
The Lincoln forecast for today, patchy fog possible this morning, along with a chance of showers. Otherwise, partly sunny and breezy. The high near 82. Tonight, partly cloudy skies, the low near 65. And tomorrow, we'll see partly sunny skies return. It'll be breezy with the high near 82. I'm meteorologist Kyle Hunter from 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Parkview Animal Hospital and Corn Coast Brewing Company invite you to join them October 18th for Ales Helping Tales at Corn Coast Brewery in Lincoln. Enjoy a limited edition brew available at both Corn Coast Brewing locations in Lincoln and Omaha, as a portion of the proceeds will go to support Brave Animal Rescue in their efforts to help find dogs and cats their forever homes. Parkview Animal Hospital will be on location with great raffle prizes and helping bring awareness about pets in need. They hope to see you there.
Mike, the insurance company wants us to replace the roof.
Wait, what? I thought everything was fine.
Yeah, it says right here our roof is too old and they won't be able to cover us anymore.
I guess it is 15 years old. Hi, I'm Austin with Roofing Service Company. We help homeowners with their roofing and siding projects. Financing options are available, and we can get you under a new roof no time at all. If this sounds like you, visit roofingservicecompany.com. That is roofingservicecompany.com.
Schweizo Construction is now hiring for skilled craftsmen, steel erectors, concrete workers, and general laborers. Schweizo Construction offers great benefits like premium wages, health and dental insurance, paid holidays and vacation, 401k with company match, life insurance, and disability insurance. They pride themselves on a legacy of 40 years built on integrity and trust. Joining their team means becoming part of a family that values hard work, dedication, and mutual respect. Apply today at schweizo.com. That's schwisow.com.
At Valentino's, we're on a mission for tradition. On every slice, for every bite. Golden baked crust, cooked to perfection every time. Savory sweet sauce that's made from our own secret recipe. Loaded with the perfect amount of fresh toppings and melty mozzarella cheese. It's the tradition that Nebraskans have come to love. From game day to every day. Valentino's. Taste the tradition.
Load up on meat and more this spring at The Mercado by Certified Piedmontese, with great selections of T-bones, tomahawks, ribeyes, filet mignon, brisket, sirloin, and so much more. The Mercado has locations at 84th and Havelock, 30th and Yankee Hill, and now 85th and Old Cheney in Lincoln, where you can have $2 draft beer every Thursday night from 4 to 8 p.m. and half-price espresso drinks on Fridays from 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. Get to The Mercado today for the best meat in town.
Coming at you live from the heart of Lincoln, America. This is Old School Sponsored by the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese, Nebraska Football Hall of Famer Jay Foreman and Austin Orman. Old School with Foreman and Orman on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Welcome to it. It is a Wednesday edition of Old School, brought to you by the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese. I'm Austin Norman. To my left, once again, tis not Jay Foreman, tis DP. DP, welcome back to Old School.
Yeah, we lost the Hall of Fame status for the few hours. We will effort forward.
Indeed. Jay ought to be back tomorrow. That is what sources are reporting. But until then, we got a lot to talk about.
Sure.
Heard from Fred Hoiberg for the second time in 6 days, and he let slip without being prompted. He was going to be prompted, so maybe he got out ahead of it. His starting lineup for Nebraska and BYU. We'll get into that here in the first segment. Then you also have a conversation with Isaac Trotter of 24/7 Sports, CBS Sports. One of my favorite follows in the college basketball sphere. Got a chance to talk to him out in Chicago. Got something lined up, so he will be on the show joining us today here at 3:30. Hour 2, Husker fans, I'm proud of you. You're not overreacting or underreacting to anything. I think that you found a center. I'm proud of you. We'll talk about how Husker Nation is handling the developments of the first 6 weeks of the season and really the last 3 or 4 days of everything going on that shouldn't affect Nebraska, but did get brought into Nebraska's backyard. And then, of course, we got to talk some baseball. Both championship series are 2-0. That'll be coming up at 5. 402-464-5685 if you want to be a part of the show. But first, 508-777-1000. Get that number ready. We got a Cash Blitz keyword for you. Your chance to win $1,000 every weekday through the end of October, through Halloween, which is Friday the 31st. We're giving away $1,000 in cash every day. For your chance to win, text DEBT, D-E-B-T, to 508-777-1000. That's DEBT, D-E-B-T, to 508-777-1000 for your chance to win $1,000 tomorrow. We're doing this 4 times a day, 8, 10, 1, and 3. So 4 chances, 4 words for you to enter either by texting that number or by going, of course, to theticketfm.com. Click on Cash Blitz, enter the keyword, and you're good to go. DP, let's start with this from Fred Hoiberg. He mentioned his starting lineup. I think that's probably the most interesting thing that came out of Fred Hoiberg's press conference today. A couple other personnel updates in there as well. So let's hear from Fred Hoiberg, who will comprise the starting lineup against BYU Saturday at noon.
We're going to play probably more guys than we will in the opener. We're going to give a lot of guys an opportunity to get out there and see what they can do. And we've had guys step up. I've been really impressed with a couple guys that have really emerged going into this game. I'll tell you our starters. I'm going to start Jamarcus, Price, Kale, Burkay, and Rink. That'll be our starting group on Saturday afternoon. And, we may start different against Midland. We probably will start different against Midland. We've got a lot of guys that have shown they deserve, an opportunity to go out there and show what they can do and fight for rotation minutes. And, there's a good chance we'll play 10, maybe 11 guys. Oogie will not play. He's still dealing with a little bit of a back issue. He's feeling a lot better. The plan is to hopefully get him back for the second exhibition game against Midland, get him out in more live situations next week. And then Jared's still working his way back into shape. Still haven't determined exactly what we're going to do with him on Saturday. These next 2 days will determine that, as far as what we do with Jared. But the good thing is he's getting a lot more comfortable out there. He's missed a lot of reps. But we're continuing to play catch up with Jared. And he does a lot of things that we need out there with his athleticism.
There you have it from Fred Hoiberg. Cale Jacobson, Jamarcus Lawrence, Price, Sanford, Berke Boyuktengel, and Rink Mast will be the starting lineup for Nebraska against BYU. DP, you hear that? Your initial impressions of that lineup for Nebraska in the first exhibition?
Somebody send some pillows and blankets over to the Hoiberg house for the guest room. Pops put some out of the starting lineup. Might have some things to answer. I mean, the point guard question is in play. Length certainly is a thing that we can consider. The question becomes with Sam. You imagine that Sam and Connor are probably in the next group.
Potentially, yeah. I mean, certainly in the next group. I don't know if they're the top of the next group.
How do you think that plays out? How do you think
Here's what
if that's legitimately the first 5, and it may not be. It could be matchup. It could be health. It could be a variety of things, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that I think we'll get a better idea from the second group as well, kind of how this plays out. But what do you think the top 5 versus second 5 would be in either of those scenarios?
I think when we just start with that first 5 that Fred Hoiberg mentioned, the first thought that I had when I heard that was, where's Kendall Blue?
Mm-hmm.
That's a guy that has some point guard ability. He handled the ball a lot for St. Thomas last year. Now, has to acclimate up a level, but St. Thomas has been a pretty high-level program.
Mm-hmm.
So I wonder if the decision was Cale versus Kendall versus Sam, or if it was Kendall versus Jamarcus, depending on what Kendall Blue's skill set has been in practice. I asked Fred Hoiberg about that, the similarities and the differences between Kendall Blue and Bryce Williams. I think that's the surface level comparison, similar size, might be asked to do similar things. But I wanted to know from Fred Hoiberg, are they similar players? Fred Hoiberg said, yeah, they're similar size. And then went on and expanded a little bit more. But I don't think that Kendall Blue and Bryce Williams are the same guy. So when I see that starting lineup, what I think is going on is this is an attempt to highlight and feature Jamarcus Lawrence off the ball. Cale will handle, Jamarcus will score. Sanford is a bigger Esigian.
Mm-hmm.
He's taller, little bulkier, and they seem to like his ability to handle it a little bit more than they did Connor Esigian's. And then with Berkay and Rink, Berkay's their guy defensively. They think that he's gonna up the defense. I'm less sold on that personally, especially in this matchup against BYU. But they really like Berkay. They've been impressed with him over the summer. And Rink Mast is Rink Mast. So I do think that Sam and Connor and Kendall are that next 3 in Nebraska's rotation until Ugi Drushevicius comes back, like Fred Hoiberg was talking about.
But is Ugi top 5?
He could be. I think there are certainly situations where he can be probably more stable than Berkay. Berkay's an X factor.
But that is a Berkay thing and not a front 3 big thing. Is there a world in which Ugi, Berkay, and Rink exist on the floor together at the same time in the Big Ten?
Yes, there are 2 situations where this can happen. Number 1 is when Nebraska plays Michigan, who's going to want to put 6'9" Yaxel Lindeberg, 6'10" Marez Johnson Jr., and 7'4" Ade Mara, potentially on the court all at the same time. Other than that, maybe you talk yourself into, does Purdue want to go triple big with Oscar Clough at the 3, Trey Kaufman run at the 4, and Daniel Jacobson at the 5? Otherwise, I think you're really going to mix and match. And I do think there's enough overlap yet difference between those 3 bigs for them to coexist. But I think in the backcourt, Cale's the organizer. That's what Fred Hoiberg said about him.
But when did that happen? Come on. We went through. Okay, tell me at what point you had on the Austin Orman Husker basketball card Cale Jacobson as the starting point guard for facilitator purposes.
0 times. Even in the Crown, it was okay. He's got to prove. He's got to prove a little bit more. But I think that's why he's the starter, because I think he's a little bit better at that, a little more natural at that than Sam. I think he's got a little bit more of that in his nature than Kendall Blue does. Mm-hmm. So that's where I think Sam will come in and probably be the backup point guard. Esigian, I think, got his minutes, at least from the outside looking in, cut very strongly by Price Sanford, who's just a bigger version of him. And I think it's Jamarcus and Kendall flip-flopping, and that it's Sam and Cale flip-flopping.
Well, but immediately the mental combination, the puzzle pieces have to start the picture, because if you said to me Kendall Blue, Jamarcus, and Connor Esigian, I think it makes a little bit of sense, right? That you to have in the Big Ten have a 6'6" point guard, a legitimate 6'6" point guard.
He's the part,
right? That Jamarcus goes to the 2, if he goes to the 2, or for defensive purposes, depending on who the matchup is against, how you play Jamarcus and Connor together. But then you tell me that Price is now that dude, so then it becomes Kendall Blue, Jamarcus, Price.
It could, if you're talking about him at the 2. I think if Price Sanford is ever playing the 2, Nebraska has gone mega super huge with that 3 big lineup like you were alluding to.
And then your point guard has to be Jamarcus.
No, because Kendall can be the one in that lineup with Price at the 2.
Right. So this is where I'm trying to identify the chess pieces. This one can move forward, but not backwards. This one can move sideways, up. Oh no, I'm sorry. We're gonna have to watch it. But that's what the exhibition is for.
Mm-hmm.
Is that our idea of the thing versus what it actually can be, currently is, and then what it could be. And I'm not sure that what we see versus BYU is really the answer either.
Right.
Because health certainly matters, timing certainly matters.
Mm-hmm.
And I think any conversation about this Husker team in full, long range, Oogie is a part of the conversation.
I think so.
In full. And then I would have asked about Leo Curtis.
He did get brought up a couple times in Chicago and then here today as well.
Talk to you, boy. Holla.
The guy that had the most to say about Leo Curtis was Rink Mast in a lot of ways, because Leo Curtis has been one of the guys that Rink Mast has been working out against. Leo's already a little bit taller than Rink is. Rink said the natural, got to get a little stronger, got to adjust to the speed of the game. All that's certainly present with him. But Rink Mast said multiple times, that's a guy that's going to be a problem. He's going to be a weapon. You got to find a way to maybe not get him on the court this year, but certainly that's a guy that Rink Mast believes can be an X factor and a part of Nebraska's rotation for years to come. And Fred Hoiberg has had a lot of good things about Leo Curtis on his mind throughout the summer as well.
Can I tell you that when and I've talked to Rink about this, and what comes to mind is stepbrothers.
Right.
We need that picture. We need that poster. Did we just become best friends? Because I know that at some point those two connected and went, 2 7-footers.
Do you think they connected at the Catalina wine mixer? That's the real question.
It's like it's full, and then there's Bear K peeking in the window, like, bro, what about me? I'm a big foreign bro too.
And Ugi's in that combo too. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
That all of this to me just kind of makes me giggle at the idea. There are probably more possibilities with this roster in styles of play and combinations in play than we've talked about in recent history. And it will look different on the floor with any 5 that they put out there. It's not, there are going to be some situations where it's Sam and KO in the backcourt just barking at people. Like literally just, we're going to right play you to death. We're just going to make all the right plays.
And see, that I think is what needs to happen for Nebraska, especially against a team like BYU.
Right.
Because how else is Nebraska might be able to stop a nosebleed a couple times this year? Think about this, DP. The projected starting lineup for BYU. Rob Wright III, Baylor transferred. Kennard Davis, 20-point-per-game mid-major guy. Richie Saunders, all Big 12 last year. Top 5 NBA draft pick to be A.J. Debanza and human brick wall Keba Keita. I mean, Nebraska is at an athleticism surfeit in this matchup.
You're going to find out some things.
Very quickly.
You're going to find out. And this is, it's a great pull. I would have asked the question how this happened.
So Fred knows Kevin Young going back in the day, and he put his freshly minted GM, Luca Virgilio, on making calls for a scrimmage. And with Fred's connection to Kevin Young, BYU being not too far away, Luca Virgilio was the one that got this set up. It will be in Lincoln this year, and then they will make the return to Provo for the Marriott Center next year.
Yeah, and that's one. That is a building. That is a building. Let me tell you, you have not experienced college basketball. You've got to Marriott. You got to Marriott Center and seen a BYU Utah rivalry game in December and January.
Holy Wars this weekend, by the way. Now they have to remind you.
Oh no, it is. Look. I had to make some decisions this weekend, right? That going to Minneapolis, which would have been a thing in perfect full form. I think the Vikings are even in town, so maybe that could have been a step beyond and another step. Going to UFC or then going to
Vikings get the Eagles.
They get the Eagles, right? So that wouldn't have been a bad weekend in Minneapolis. Jay Foreman in the place, but the idea behind it and pulling it off. By the way, the Holy War is the biggest ticket this weekend,
as it should be.
The get-in ticket is $350 just to get in the building. $350 to get into the building. Oh man, they're gonna say some almost curse words in that.
Heck!
Oh my heck!
Drat!
Oh my heck!
Darn!
No,
Golly!
oh my heck!
Gee willikers!
I had to stop. I had to deprogram myself from saying "oh my heck" when I moved away. Oh my heck! Like imagine I went to the neighborhood, and oh my heck popped up, and brothers was like, "Give me your card. Give me your brother card. Give it back. Give it back.
Revoked.
Give it back." Never say that again. No, I think this is one of those things that in a perfect storytelling fold, that if Nebraska's season goes exactly how we can't even begin to dream it goes, that this is the start and reconnect in the circle at some point. Because if we see BYU again, and for whatever reason, I hope that happens, that a lot of lessons learned for both of them. Both teams are going to find out some things. They had some Leo Curtis thoughts. They believed at some point they thought they could make this happen. And I was like, greedy.
You know what they really thought was going to happen? It was Nebraska BYU for Bear K last offseason.
and but they talk about Bear K differently than Nebraska folks do. They love.
And whose fault is that?
Oh, well,
everyone's.
Yeah, it's everyone, because literally everybody's blaming somebody else for this thing. It will give us some exposure to a new version of this thing, but I don't think it's a complete version of either of them in October.
Mm-hmm.
Like BYU is a legitimate grade 8 contender, Final Four contender with the talent, just with the talent. And the fact that you're playing in the Big 12, right? So they'll learn some lessons along the way, get all the great support and all the concessions that they need to make. For Nebraska, it is an opportunity to determine in this, can we play this way? Can we adjust? What does the rotation ideally look like? And this will not be a one-time classroom.
No.
Like you're not going to know everything you need to know about Nebraska based on this exhibition.
But Kushner wants to know, are we allowed to overreact to it either way?
You shouldn't. Don't. Listen, if they run BYU out the building, clap, but don't go too crazy. If BYU runs them out of the building,
clap, but don't go too crazy.
Don't go too crazy, because neither of these teams are going to be the versions the programs show this week. That, and I whisper this so that we don't set people off, but this has the opportunity to be special here. Like we have pieces. Now, don't project, but if you look at the individual pieces, we don't know how they play together. We don't know how healthy they're going to be. We don't know what everybody else is doing in the Big Ten, right? We had this conversation about football. Don't get out over your skis there, DP. Don't get out over your skis. But if you tell me that there are 4 legitimate 6'11" Big Ten bigs on the roster,
and you can play 2 of them together at any given time.
At any given time, you have some depth of rotation, any combination of them. And then you have wings that you could rotate, sometimes sequence offense versus defense in the rotation, and to have a point guard that could defend 1, 2, and 3 in most of your rotational scenarios. That if it's Jamarcus, Kale,
Sam, Kendall,
all of them you feel comfortable defensively, and they will wear down opponents in doing so. Because I can run Sam out there for 4 possessions, get in his jock, and let me know how it feels, Sam, and then come back. All right, Kendall, now go get him. All right, Kale, 4 trips. Wear him out. That's not a thing that has been it. Now, mind you, they're not going to bust anybody up offensively at the point guard position. But are we willing to take the gain, the defensive gain, where you're tougher to score against in the backcourt, but tougher to defend in the front court than you've been in recent years?
I don't know how. I cannot tell you how good Nebraska is going to be this year.
No idea.
What I can tell you is that for all of the reasons you just said, DP, Nebraska is going to be interesting. This is, like you said, not a team, not a style that we've seen before. This is going to be the most offensive-focused group Nebraska's had under Fred Hoiberg. This is going to be, ideally for Fred Hoiberg, the most free-flowing team that he's seen. And like you said, the various mix and match. If Nebraska wants to play 4 guards against small teams, they can do that.
I think they may do it against big teams.
Maybe, potentially.
Well, it's the advantage.
It could be. If Sam and Kale create consistently, it can be an advantage.
I don't know that they need to create. I need for them to catch and shoot and knock down open threes. That's
yes.
They're going to defend at their level. But if you can put 4 guards out there and have them all be a problem for Big Ten bigs who like to run the Frankenfooters out there, right? The Franken 7-footers out there, that the spacing that Nebraska can now create when they're knocking down shots. And that's the thing we circle, because all of this is predicated on the fact that there has to be some belief or hope or awareness that if Nebraska's season will come or fold based on knocking down open jumpers at whatever level and whatever space on the floor, they've got to shoot a high percentage on most nights.
And you know this as a coach, it's not going to happen magically.
No.
Just being a good shooter from the gun in practice or, against scout team is one thing. That's where, to me, Nebraska's shooting hinges on Nebraska's ability to get driving kicks. Nebraska can't float. Nebraska can't wander. I'm sure you've seen this from guys that you would consider your perimeter marksmen in the past, TP.
Yeah.
They get so married to the fact that I'm a shooter. My job is to be behind the line and wait for the ball. The best ones, CKC Tominaga and other names throughout the years, they cut, they move, they get themselves layups because it's not it's Bryce to a degree. It's spacing, but it's gravity. If a guy's going to run you off the line, you got to be able to put it on the deck for 2 dribbles, get to the middle of the paint, and then know where your option is to kick it out so that ball moves around the perimeter. Nebraska won't be able to stand still and shoot well this year. That's rare for any team at any level.
I don't necessarily need the stand and shoot as a principle. I just need it to be a factor. I need it to be a consideration. I need to make these Big Ten bigs move from midline to 3-point line on a regular and consistent basis because I need their legs beat up. I need it worn down. I listened to several conversations with some NBA greats talking about the evolution and priority and importance of the mid-range game, right? That Nebraska is going to have said championship teams have the ability that in critical situations, tournament games and that sort of deal, cold nights in winter, getting to the mid-range, getting to the free throw line and knocking down the mid-range jumper. If you can do that, everything else opens because that's how you win in tournaments.
Yeah.
That's what Nebraska is going to look for. I think there'll be a ton of regular season nights where they can catch and shoot and get it done. It'll be good enough. But there are going to be those nights where the grinder is, we can do this. We're going to make you pump fake and get off the spot. Are you willing to be patient enough to do that? Are you willing that when it's inconvenient to do it? But again, we don't know. So that's why we watch the games.
That'll be Saturday at noon. Thank goodness for Nebraska getting a Friday game on the road in Minneapolis. We'll talk more about this scrimmage, some Big Ten headlines from Big Ten Media Day with Isaac Trotter of CBS Sports and 24/7 Sports next on Old School.
You're listening to Old School with Jay Foreman and Austin Orman. Download the mobile app and listen wherever you are on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Parkview Animal Hospital and Corn Coast Brewing Company invite you to join them October 18th for Ales Helping Tales at Corn Coast Brewery in Lincoln. Enjoy a limited edition brew available at both Corn Coast Brewing locations in Lincoln and Omaha, as a portion of the proceeds will go to support Brave Animal Rescue in their efforts to help find dogs and cats their forever homes. Parkview Animal Hospital will be on location with great raffle prizes and helping bring awareness about pets in need. They hope to see you there.
Are you ready for a new opportunity? Check out Sandhills Global. Join a dynamic team where your skills are valued and your career can soar. We offer full-time positions with a 4.5-day work week, competitive pay, excellent benefits, and a positive work environment. From IT and marketing to sales and finance, we're looking for talented individuals like you. Apply today at sandhills.jobs and take the first step towards an exciting future. That's sandhills.jobs. Don't wait. Apply now.
This is your year, where your team takes it all the way. Win way more than bragging rights at Warhorse Casino, where your love of the game could put $1 million in your pocket. The Pro Football Frenzy is free to play with prizes all season long. Weekly cash prizes up to $1,000 cash, season-long leaderboards, and a chance to win $1 million. Only at Warhorse Casino. Wagers may only be placed on Nebraska-based teams when played outside the state of Nebraska. Must be 21 or older to gamble. Gambling problem? Call 1-833-BET-OVER.
Boxing is back this Saturday with Brawloween at the Complex. The Midwest's best professional boxers will display their best performances with hometown favorites Clyde Godzilla Johnson and Cody Kerr among the boxers. Get your tickets at thecomplexlincoln.com, where you can live stream this event as well. Nebraska football plays on Friday, so Saturday is open for you to attend or watch. Doors open at 6 p.m. with first bout at 7 p.m. this Saturday, October 18th. It's Brawloween at the Complex, located at 1555 Yolanda Avenue. MHC isn't a new company, just a new name. Mo's Moving is now Mo's Home and Commercial. Whether moving across town or across the state, MHC Moving has you covered, specializing in home, apartment, assisted, and independent living moves. MHC can handle your commercial moves as well. MHC Moving has 0 hidden fees. You'll never pay for same-day booking or be charged for stairs, heavy items, or elevator fees. Rates are the same Monday through Saturday, and you will never pay a truck or fuel surcharge. And they offer payment plans through PayPal. Call MHC Moving today at 402-853-7167 or go to mhcmoving.com.
Mike, the insurance company wants us to replace the roof.
Wait, what? I thought everything was fine.
Yeah, it says right here our roof is too old and they won't be able to cover us anymore.
I guess it is 15 years old. Hi, I'm Austin with Roofing Service Company. We help homeowners with their roofing and siding projects. Financing options are available, and we can get you under a new roof no time at all. If this sounds like you, visit roofingservicecompany.com. That is roofingservicecompany.com.
Tired of asking what's for dinner? Nourished for Life has got you covered. At Nourished, they're a local meal prep company that delivers fresh, chef-crafted, healthy meals straight to your door. Made from wholesome ingredients and ready when you are. No shopping, no chopping. Just heat, eat, and enjoy every night of the week. Fuel your busy days with balanced meals that are designed to keep you satisfied and energized. Visit nourishedforlife.co to purchase meals and taste the convenience of home-cooked comfort without the hassle.
With UBT, you've got total control over your money. Like Doug, who runs his game day tailgate like a well-oiled machine.
I got burgers, brats, chicken, dogs, plus all the fixins. And with the UBT Go app, I can track my food spending from anywhere.
Pro move.
They don't call me Grill Sergeant for nothing.
No matter your goals, UBT helps you feel good about reaching them. Union Bank and Trust. Member FDIC.
Back to Old School with Foreman and Orman on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Welcome back to it. It is Old School, 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. We're headed to our Allo Fiber VIP line. Allo's where they understand the importance of exceptional service with local heart. Welcome again, one of my favorite follows in the college basketball sphere. Not just saying that to butter him up, but it's a guy I've learned a lot from. He's changed the way I look at the game of college basketball, and a guy I was fortunate enough to meet out in Rosemont for Big Ten Media Days. That's Isaac Trotter of 24/7 Sports and CBS Sports. Isaac, thanks a ton for the time today. Great to officially meet you in person out there in Rosemont. How you doing today?
Doing well. Thanks for having me. And yeah, it's good to connect with other hoop heads out in Chicago as we kind of get going. And Big Ten Media Days this year, 18 teams, and now we go.
And now we go indeed. When you think about Big Ten Media Days and the setup, the coaches and the players that you heard from, was that an event befitting a top 2 conference in college hoops?
I thought so. I thought it was run pretty efficiently. It's cool to have like 3.5 hours basically of just different tables you can pop in and out of. You get to talk to as many or as little as people as you want. And it really is one of those things where as you're standing in the middle of the room, you're seeing people talk to like, man, the league has so many good guards. You just look from one table, it's like, there's Bennett Sturts there. Then the next table, it's Braden Smith. And then, UCLA didn't send Donovan Dent, but they got Sky Clark there. Michigan State has Jeremy Pierce. Ohio State has Bruce Thornton. You go down the list and you're like, my God, like Wisconsin has John Blackwell. This league is going to be really, really good because the guards this year are excellent.
You mentioned the league's going to be really, really good. It was a really good league last year. I mean, historically good, trailing just the SEC in terms of the KenPom rating overall as a conference. When you look at the conference just top to bottom, is it top heavier this year? Is it maybe heavier in the middle? How do you think this year's Big Ten stacks up compared to last year's edition?
No, it's a good question. I think actually the Big Ten is going to pass SEC this year. I think the number is they've gotten like 17 of the top 30 scorers in the league either back or brought in from the portal. And that's like the highest number of any of the high majors by far. So basically what that means, just the star power at the top is just different. And I think this year, my feeling with the Big Ten is there's more national title contenders. Like I look at Purdue as a team that I think could theoretically win it all. I look at Michigan, I think a team like, hey, if their defense is really good, some Dusty May figures out offensively, they could absolutely go on a run. Purdue, or Illinois, UCLA, like those two teams are top 15-ish teams. Like we're going to probably not be talking about one right now that finds a way to get into that mix too. Like I just, I think for a long time, like as long as I've loved the Big Ten, it's like, oh, the depth is really good. And this year's no different. But I think this year, the top of the league is as good as I can remember.
It sure seems to be. I'm glad you brought up those national title contending teams. And I think as a conference, you need those teams to sort of push the envelope, because then you get the teams in the middle trying to follow suit and raise their bar. Isaac, when you think about that middle tier that's trying to join those national title Final Four contenders, do you think that 8 or 9 is the most realistic number for the Big Ten to expect in March? Is 10 teams in the big dance a realistic expectation for the Big Ten this year?
Man, Austin, I'm even going higher than that. Like, I don't know if I'm like, drinking something I shouldn't or drinking some different Kool-Aid, but like I was looking at like 12, 13, 14. Like I'm filling out my Big Ten tiers and I'm like, good God, like all of these teams could theoretically make the tournament. Cause, and let's do the math as well, right? Like last year, I believe the SEC, they got 14 teams in.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it's crazy that the Big Ten could get in there. Like if you just look at some of these rosters, there's, Penn State and Rutgers are two teams that I don't look at those rosters and think that like they can make the tournament. Minnesota is a little bit, first year of Nico Medved. I don't think that's a team that's going to make the tournament. Northwestern, I'd be surprised if they make the tournament. But those two, Northwestern and Minnesota, are frisky. And then you get into the rest of the group, you're like, all of those rosters could theoretically, with the right breaks, get into the tournament. So I think 12 or 13 is probably the number that settles that. I think it's going to, I like legitimately think this is going to be the year where the Big Ten passes the SEC, and we're talking about an historic number in March because the rosters are just loaded. They landed a ton of really good players in the portal, but honestly, the big key is just the retention. And that's really the name of the game in the Big Ten, and also good coaching hires. Good coaching hires at Indiana, good coaching hires at Iowa, good coaching hires at Maryland. Go down the list. All these new coaches have put it together at least a competent roster at minimum.
And that's hard to do, but also easy to do at the same time in the ever-changing nature of college sports. A few teams, Isaac, that I may be a little lower on than consensus according to the Big Ten poll. Iowa, I think, is going to be interesting. I can't fully buy in there. Indiana, I have no idea what to do with. But the team that's really confounded me for a number of years is Michigan State. Like, I kind of thought the bottom was going to drop out a little bit for them last year. It didn't. What am I missing with the Jackson, Kohler, Carson Cooper, Cohen Carr front court? Am I underrating Tom Izzo's guard development? Why is Michigan State going to be better than I give them credit for?
For me, it's just the defense. I think that like Jeremy Fears is probably one of the 5 or 6 best point of attack defenders in the league. Cohen Carr is extremely athletic on the wing. Jackson Kohler and Carson Cooper are they're very thick and movable interior defenders. And they're very good rebounders. So I think defense, rebounding, and transition are the 3 ways for Michigan State to be good. I'm with you though. Like Michigan State confounded me a little bit last year. And I look at some of the questions around the 2 guard, right? Like they need Trey Fort to be really good. Maybe that's a Kurt Tang is a sophomore breakout candidate, or Jordan Scott is a freshman they really like that could theoretically help. So that's kind of the path for Michigan State, is being maybe the best defense in the Big Ten. They're going to rebound. They're going to get out and run in transition, and then just have a competent enough half-court offense to get and grind away a few wins. But I agree. I do think that the ceiling is a little bit lower for this group. I don't think we're going to see a situation where they're in the top 10 nationally or or really competing for a Big Ten title. Just because like losing Jace Richardson, losing Trey Holloman, and losing Jaden Akins, those are three awesome defensive guards as well. So, and they had a lot of juice too on the ball. So I'm kind of with you. I think Michigan State's still a good team this year because of the defense, but there's a little bit lower ceiling than they had last year.
The only other team that I'll ask you about before we get to the proceedings and business here in Lincoln is USC. Very little roster continuity, but Eric Musselman is not a stranger to that. And you talked about in a couple of your different pieces about just how wretched and abysmal USC's interior defense was at times last year. What an offseason makeover for Eric Musselman and the Trojans. Any other coach in the Big Ten or most other coaches in the Big Ten, that much roster turnover and that big of a seeming stylistic change, I'd be a little skeptical. I kind of like what USC's got cooking.
I'm with you. Yeah, they've definitely improved their biggest flaw. And like kind of as you illustrated, like the numbers were just jarring. I think in Big Ten play, Big Ten opponents shot 69% at the rim against USC on high volume. Like that's just putrid. Like it's putrid. And, Jacob Kofi is a big name to keep an eye on there, the transfer out of Virginia. He'll help them a ton. Amarian Dickerson, defensive player of the year on the horizon, help them a ton. They also added Youngstown State transfer Gabe Dines. He's 7'5" and just enormous arms. So they're going to be a much, much better interior defensive team. And they got real juice at the guard play, right? Like Rodney Rice is a baller. Chad Baker-Mazara, love him or hate him, he can really, really play. I'm curious to see how the point guard thing shakes out because they had a lot of hopes that Elijah Arenas would kind of be that starting point guard at 6'6", and they would have had the tallest team in college basketball if that had happened. But he gets hurt to the knee, probably going to be out for the whole season. They said they're going to reevaluate him in January. That kind of opens the door for a younger, a transfer like Jordan Marsh from UNC Asheville to kind of come into play. He's only 5'11", so it just kind of changes the complexion of what that roster looks like. And I'm curious to see how it all shakes out. But a talented team, they fixed some flaws in the interior. I still think though, like they have some work to do if they want to maybe crack the top 5 in the league.
We're talking with Isaac Trotter, CBS Sports 24/7 Sports college basketball writer and reporter. I do want to ask you a little bit about Nebraska, Isaac, mostly through the lens of the upcoming scrimmage on Saturday against BYU here in Lincoln. We did hear from Fred Hoiberg just a couple hours ago. He did announce his starting lineup for the scrimmage: Demarcus Lawrence, Cale Jacobson, Price Sanford, Barricade Weekton-Gel, and Rink Mast. You look at that lineup compared to BYU's lineup, there's an athleticism surfeit. There's a difference between those two teams. When Husker fans look at this scrimmage against BYU on Saturday, what do you think they should be hoping to take away from this Nebraska team's performance, even if they might be at a little bit of an athleticism disadvantage?
Yeah, I'm fascinated to see just how Price Sanford looks mixing in next to Rink Mast. I love the off-movement shooting that Price has, and Rink's ability just to create space and find cutters and find open shooters and just read defenses at a high level. I think those two guys together will play. I'm interested to see who plays for Nebraska because on paper, I think this front court is sneaky deep, right? Like we've talked about Rink, Barricades coming back, but Yugi, I think is what they call him, the Central Michigan transfer, Yarusevic, however you say that last name. Wow. He's an interesting player. I really liked him. I think his tape is really good. I think he's going to help the Huskers this year. Jared Garcia can help them. There's been a ton of buzz about Leo Curtis as another 4-star freshman who could theoretically help this group as well. So I think that front court depth is going to stand out for Nebraska when they get healthy. Maybe not this weekend against BYU. And then the guard play. I think that's a big, big question for me. Just how good is Kendall Blue? Just how good is Jamarcus Lawrence in his second stint back at Nebraska? Do they have an actual difference maker at guard? Because, unfortunately, like Bryce Williams isn't walking through that door to take big shots in late clock scenarios.
He's not, and Fred Hoiberg has been asked about that plenty throughout the course of the offseason. Isaac, as you think back to what Nebraska did offensively, obviously a mixed bag last year, do you think that Fred Hoiberg and his coaching staff did enough to help Nebraska get out of the mindset of, hey, Bryce, go get us a bucket? Or do you think there's more that maybe this lineup and this roster offers Fred Hoiberg in terms of offensive creativity when there's not that one ball dominant guy on the roster?
No, it's a good question. I do think this is a roster that like the offense has to open up gaps. It's not going to be a situation where Bryce is just good enough to go break it down. And so like they have to trust their scheme. They have to trust, Fred Hoiberg stuff. And if you talk to some of the coaches, like I talked to Matt Painter this weekend, like Fred's offense is something that like other Big Ten coaches just continually rave about every time they get the opportunity to. So if they can trust this offensive scheme, I think there will be openings there, because I don't look at that guard play and see a ton of dudes that really can go break it down in late clock scenarios and just go get you a bucket. Maybe Jamarcus Lawrence has added that to his bag, but that wasn't really Kendall Blue's game at St. Thomas. That's not really Price Sanford's game at Iowa. Connor O'Segian, we'll see kind of how he, can improve in his second year with the program, especially improving his off the bounce game. That's a big question for me. I think it really feels like a make or break piece. Like this backcourt, like if they can find one that emerges into being that no doubt, has that real juice on the ball, that could theoretically, elevate Nebraska into a different tier. Because I think there's a pretty high floor with what Rink will do as just like that hub at the top of the key and what he can get you into. But they need that one guard to really pop for this group to compete in what we've talked about, the best league in the country.
Then defensively, going to be a bit of an adventure, I think, on that end for Nebraska. When you look at the personnel for Nebraska, is there anything that they can do besides pack the paint and pray opponents miss? Or do you think there's anything Nebraska can do schematically to get it at least to like a 2023-24 level for the Huskers?
That's where I think weaponizing this front court depth is going to come into play. Jared Garcia, 6'8", really switchable forward. I think he can guard multiple positions. I don't think he's quite as athletic as Juwan Gary, but I think they could see some of the visions with Garcia and why they went after him in the portal. I think they've done a pretty good job of accumulating real guard size. Kendall Blue's 6'6", Sanford 6'7". Now, granted, both of those two dudes didn't play a ton of defense last year. They have to improve on that regard. And for me, it really does come down to that point of attack defender. Jamarcus Lawrence just has to be a dog on that end. He's going to have as big a role as anybody on this team. And if he's somebody that can really turn water off at the point of attack, that changes the complexion of what this defense is, kind of change the shape of what this defense is. Because you're right, I do think it'll still be a lot of that, flood the paint, limit shots at the rim, try to get out and contest, but we'll live with threes because at this rate, if we give up anything on the inside, it could be a little bit different. But again, with this front court depth that they've had, maybe it could be a scenario where you could play a little bit more drop. You're trying to take away the top 3-point shooter. You're limiting the attempts for that guy. And, we'll live with some of those mid-range twos. We'll let you get a little bit more in the paint because we trust, Yarusevic in drop coverage. We trust maybe Rink to make good decisions and drop, and Berke. When Nebraska's defense was better when Berke was on the floor all last year, and I think that will play in year 2 with the program.
I will say, I know you're an Illinois guy. It's a lot easier to get the vitches in the itches than the Yarusevic itches, isn't it?
Yeah, you add that extra syllable to it, it's just brutal. I feel, good Lord. I'm just going to call him Yugi because, and again, I love his game. I don't know how to say his last name, but I love his game. And you give me 3 more weeks, I need 1 or 2 more exhibition games, I'll have Yugi's last name super dialed in.
There you go. Nebraska BYU Saturday, and then Nebraska against Midland from Fremont a week from Monday on the 27th. All right, Isaac, last thing before I let you go. End of the day, when you look at this Nebraska team, they're picked 14th in the Big Ten media poll. You have them in your kind of bubbly NCAA tournament curious sort of tier. If it all breaks right for Nebraska, you seem to think it can end up in the NCAA tournament. If it's a middle of the road outcome, 50th to 60th percentile, where do you think that leaves this Husker team?
Probably on the outside looking in. If it's middle of the road out, you know what I mean? First 4 out, whether that is you're back in the crown. And again, I just think it kind of goes back to that guard play. I don't know if Jamarcus Lawrence, Kendall Blue, Price Sanford, one of those 3 guys, throw in Connor O'Segian, if those 4 guys can really be a top end, go win you a matchup when you're going up against Donovan Dent and Braden Smith and Bennett Sturts and, Jackson Shelstad and John Blackwell. There are dudes in this backcourt all throughout the Big Ten, and Nebraska's going to have to kind of cobble it together. I think it's going to be, is there a scenario where Nebraska's sum is greater than the parts? And that's, speaks directly to the coaching staff and speaks directly to their player development. And if they can get this group to meld together, but I'm with you. I think that this is a team that's firmly on the bubble as we walk in. I don't think it's a situation where finishing, as horrible as it sounds, Nebraska could legitimately finish 13th in the Big Ten and make the tournament. I think you take that like that, but that just kind of shows the depth of the league and what you're kind of walking into this year.
There you have it from Isaac Trotter of 24/7 Sports and CBS Sports. Isaac, thanks a ton for your time. Thanks again for the chance to chat at Big Ten Media Days. I'm sure I'll be reaching out again here sooner and later to chat more hoops with you. Thanks a ton.
Of course. Thanks for having me.
Isaac joined us on our Allo Fiber VIP line. Allo Fiber is where they understand the importance of exceptional service with local heart. We'll go to break, wrap up hour one of Old School. Be back with some Husker football talk in hour two momentarily.
Watch Old School live on Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch. Old School with Foreman and Orman on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. 93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Brought to you by Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
The Lincoln forecast for today, patchy fog possible this morning, along with a chance of showers. Otherwise, partly sunny and breezy. The high near 82. Tonight, partly cloudy skies, below near 65. And tomorrow, we'll see partly sunny skies return. It'll be breezy with the high near 82. The meteorologist Kyle Hunt from 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
It's the best time of the year to order a new John Deere self-propelled windrower from Landmark Implement during the early order program. Hay harvest is a race against time. Order a new John Deere self-propelled windrower to harvest your hay quickly and efficiently while promoting quick dry down for quality hay. Now is the time to lock in the best price of the year. Contact your local Landmark location for full details on a new self-propelled windrower and experience the Landmark difference.
Select Plumbing and Utility has been serving Lincoln and the surrounding area for 14 years, and they're not slowing down. Select Plumbing and Utility handles all your plumbing needs, from faucets and water heaters to full renovations, and they can even help with your heating and cooling needs. They're also Lincoln's underground experts, repairing and replacing broken underground water and sewer lines since day one. Contact Select Plumbing and Utility today at 402-560-6197, assuring excellence in every situation, opportunity, and challenge. That's 402-560-6197.
Anderson Ford in Lincoln has 2 convenient locations, which means 2 times the customer service, 2 times the inventory, and 2 times the ability to get you in the car of your dreams. Whether you visit us on the north side or the south side, you'll find more selection and a team that's always on your side. When you're looking for a better way to buy your next Ford, visit Anderson Ford in Lincoln, where exceptional service meets unbeatable selection.
Parkview Animal Hospital and Corn Coast Brewing Company invite you to join them October 18th for Ales Helping Tales at Corn Coast Brewery in Lincoln. Enjoy a limited edition brew available at both Corn Coast Brewing locations in Lincoln and Omaha, as a portion of the proceeds will go to support Brave Animal Rescue in their efforts to help find dogs and cats their forever homes. Parkview Animal Hospital will be on location with great raffle prizes and helping bring awareness about pets in need. They hope to see you there.
Tune in every Sunday from 3 to 5 p.m. for The Law of Lift with Dr. Lawrence Chatters. Sit back and enjoy listening to Dr. Chatters discuss real stories involving struggle, inspiration, and real-life experiences with special guests and insights. Remember, the higher the pressure, the greater the lift. The Law of Lift with Dr. Lawrence Chatters. Every Sunday from 3 to 5 p.m. right here on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Drink locally and support local business during Lincoln's Craft Beer Week, October 11th through the 18th. Great beer, cider, distillates, and more are made right here in Lincoln. For more info, visit lincoln.org/beer-week. Brought to you by Visit Lincoln. Remember to enjoy responsibly.
Hey there, this is Paul Scheel, owner of High Electric. I want to thank our friends and loyal customers and introduce High Electric to those looking for a new electrician. We've been serving the Lincoln and Omaha area for over 30 years, from design to install, upgrades, and repair. If you are a homeowner or a small business needing some electrical work, call us at 402-466-6606 or check us out at hyelectric.com. We look forward to hearing from you.
Comfort food, but make it vegan. At Rutabagas, they're serving all your crave-worthy classics. Mac and cheese, loaded nachos, Philly cheesesteaks, all 100% plant-powered and 100% delicious. Catch them at their cozy spot at 70th and Vine, or find their food truck rolling through the streets of Lincoln. So whether you're vegan, veg curious, or just hungry for comfort food with a twist, Rutabagas has a plate waiting for you. Find them on Instagram for their food truck location and specials. Rutabagas, where comfort meets compassion. For remote starters, audio upgrades, and more, there's only one place to go. Auto Sounds of Lincoln at 48th and O.
Back to old school with Foreman and Orman on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Wrapping up hour one of Old School. Big thanks to Isaac Trotter for joining us here on the program. We really appreciate him for doing that. DP, I'll pick your brain on some of the things that Isaac said, specifically that last part. Back-to-back postseason appearances for Nebraska. Back-to-back 20-win seasons accomplished with the 4 straight wins to win the Crown Tournament in Vegas last year. Would you agree with the assessment that Fred Hoiberg, at the very least, has raised the floor of this Nebraska men's basketball program?
See, I have to be careful to speak for me and not for others.
That's what I'm asking your opinion.
Right?
Yeah.
Right. I have to be careful because I was in the building when they won the Hawaii tournament. And I thought, okay, this is a step forward and up. Right? Because it means in a critical game, they did some things to win, and in an elimination thing, they won some things, right? So you learn how to do those things. And then to watch them in the Crown, it was, wow. Like watching Nebraska in a critical game finish the thing. Was that the last time that we saw them win their last game of the season? When was the last time in a meaningful?
Yeah, I mean, otherwise they would have lost in the Big Ten tournament.
The last the last win of the season being a meaningful game where they weren't eliminated and won the game.
Yeah, it'd have to be.
Right? So yes to all of that. That the people who were returning, and Rink was on the bench, and Sam was there, and Connor was there, and the meaningful plays, and all those things, that they now know how to do the most difficult thing in all of sports, which is to finish and then elevate it into a meaningful game to finish. Figuring out how to win a tournament, put some cash in the pocket, which is a whole other thing. So yeah, it is not the program. At least has the card entry to the club. It may not have been in the club like the win a NCAA tournament club, but it may have a better idea about what it's going to take to get there and get it done. I think that's a fair statement.
Yeah, absolutely. Remains to be seen. Again, I said it with Isaac. I'll say it again. I don't know how good Nebraska's going to be. There's a lot of things still up in the air that we won't know for a while, but I do think this is a wildly, deeply, and truly fascinating collection of names and dudes.
Do you think they know? Do you think they know?
How could they? Maybe.
Well,
I don't know.
Well, because we hear Nebraska football and the players are telling us we're going to shock everybody. Like they're literally saying it out loud. They're saying the quiet part loud, which
we haven't gotten that from Nebraska basketball this year. It's been our goal is to, not the we're going to.
Yeah, I'm in the club that watching Nebraska bowling go after a national title as the only thing that we're going to accept. Nebraska volleyball, everything is about the national title. Nebraska wrestling, everything is about the national title, that we're not going to accept just being really good. It's a thing. Nebraska softball, hey, we have the best player in the country and we have an opportunity to win the national title. Nebraska football, when you say we belong in this space and we can figure out how to do a really tough thing, which is put wins together and then win on the road in the Big Ten, right?
Right.
Have a chance to prove it again Friday. Okay, cool. Nebraska baseball can win the Big Ten tournament, even if you haven't had the ideal season to do that and get into the tournament. So Austin, maybe like Nebraska women's basketball faced the big dog, the ultimate, the team that was going to win the whole thing. And you had them on the ropes, hurt. And you couldn't finish, but my goodness gracious.
You got them there.
So yeah, all of this falls in line for things that have changed. And I'm looking forward to the possibility. Give me Kool-Aid.
How about it?
Give me Kool-Aid.
And then keep your dirty, grimy hands out of it.
Yes, sir.
It's going to taste sweet.
Please do.
Nice amount of sugar.
Yes.
Speaking of Kool-Aid, DP, I want to give Nebraska fans credit in hour two.
Yes.
For how they're handling the season. Husker fans, I'm pretty proud of you. We'll talk about it from the football sense next on Old School.
You're listening to Old School with Jay Foreman and Austin Orman. Download the mobile app and listen wherever you are on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Tired of asking what's for dinner? Nourished for Life has got you covered. At Nourished, they're a local meal prep company that delivers fresh, chef-crafted, healthy meals straight to your door. Made from wholesome ingredients and ready when you are. No shopping, no chopping. Just heat, eat, and enjoy every night of the week. Fuel your busy days with balanced meals that are designed to keep you satisfied and energized. Visit nourishedforlife.co to purchase meals and taste the convenience of home-cooked comfort without the hassle.
No cravings, no hunger pains, no struggle. Thanks to GLP-1s from Limitless Mail, weight loss is possible. Picture this. Your clothes fit better, your energy's up, your doctor's impressed, and your friends start noticing. Limitless Mail's GLP-1 program is medically monitored and changing men's lives. There's no better time than now to get on board. Lose the weight, better your health, gain your confidence without being hungry. Free consult at limitlessmail.com.
Sometimes good people make mistakes. When you find yourself in need of an attorney, call Liberty Law Group. The attorneys at Liberty Law Group will defend you in court and protect your freedom, outcome, and the justice you deserve. Trust your freedom to Liberty Law Group, the best criminal attorneys in Nebraska and Iowa. Call them today at 877-404-5238. That's 877-404-5238. Or check them out online at libertylawgroup.com.
Schweizo Construction is now hiring for skilled craftsmen, steel erectors, concrete workers, and general laborers. Schweizo Construction offers great benefits like premium wages, health and dental insurance, paid holidays and vacation, 401k with company match, life insurance, and disability insurance. They pride themselves on a legacy of 40 years built on integrity and trust. Joining their team means becoming part of a family that values hard work, dedication, and mutual respect. Apply today at schweizo.com. That's SCHWISOW.com.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet. KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
Are you looking to upgrade or improve the garage door on your home? This is Cameron Hall of Doors Plus. At Doors Plus, we guarantee to offer a wide selection of options from 5 leading garage door manufacturers as we deliver a free estimate, exact measurements, and rapid installation with a 3 to 5 week time frame. When you choose Doors Plus for your residential garage door needs, you'll work with our experienced technicians and be ensured that your new door seamlessly complements your home. Give us a call at 402-590-5800 or visit us online at doorsplusllc.com. Doors Plus, garage doors, and more.
Boxing is back this Saturday with Brawloween at the Complex. The Midwest's best professional boxers will display their best performances with hometown favorites Clyde Godzilla Johnson and Cody Kerr among the boxers. Get your tickets at thecomplexlincoln.com where you can live stream this event as well. Nebraska football plays on Friday, so Saturday is open for you to attend or watch. Doors open at 6 p.m. with first bout at 7 p.m. this Saturday, October 18th. It's Brawloween at the Complex, located at 1555 Yolanda Avenue.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Sponsored by John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning.
Your Lincoln forecast for today, patchy fog possible this morning, along with a chance of showers. Otherwise, partly sunny and breezy. The high near 82. Tonight, partly cloudy skies, below near 65. And tomorrow, we'll see partly sunny skies return. It'll be breezy with the high near 82. I'm meteorologist Kyle Fletcher for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
The temperature and leaves are falling daily, so that means it's time for a new pair of shoes for the fall season from Brown's Shoe Fit. Now through October 31st, take $15 off any regularly priced fall shoes and boots. Brands like Keen, Oboz, Echo, Taos, and Atrex all $15 off. Some exclusions may apply. See store for details. This is the sale you've all been waiting for, so get down to Brown's Shoe Fit on 66th and Q.
Drink locally and support local business during Lincoln's Craft Beer Week, October 11th through the 18th. Great beer, cider, distillates, and more are made right here in Lincoln. For more info, visit lincoln.org/beer-week. Brought to you by Visit Lincoln. Remember to enjoy responsibly.
When your home fills up with family,
Allo Fiber makes sure that space is a happy place for everyone. Allo Fiber experts install it all, and full service means step-by-step support, guiding you through everything so you can stay connected to what matters, and the family can always feel at home. Put the game on, and don't worry about your Wi-Fi calling a timeout. Better TV and internet service is one connection away. Call Allo at 866-481-2556 or visit allofiber.com.
Fall is here, and so are cooler temps, darker evenings, and slick roads. Is your vehicle ready for the change in season? At A1 Automotive, we've got you covered. From tire checks, brake inspections, batteries, and heater systems, we make sure your car is road ready for the Nebraska winters ahead. Don't wait until the first frost. Schedule your fall car care checkup today and drive with confidence all season long. A1 Automotive, always honest answers.
Coming at you live from the heart of Lincoln, America. This is Old School, sponsored by the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese. Nebraska Football Hall of Famer Jay Foreman and Austin Orman. Old School with Foreman and Orman on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Well, welcome to it. Hour 2 of Old School, 93.7 Ticket, ticketfm.com. I'm Austin Norman. He's DP. This is Old School, rolling right along here in the 4 o'clock hour. Take you through your drive time, get you home till 6 o'clock as well. 402-464-5685 if you want to be a part of the show. John in Cortland, Eric Kubsker, Dan from Canopy. Really appreciate y'all chiming in so far. In the first hour, we talked a lot of Nebraska men's basketball. But DP, this is where I do want to give a salute to Husker fans in the football realm. I think they're in a pretty good place with this 5-1 football team. It's not, oh, we're back. Nebraska's back and we're here to stay. Natty or bust, baby. We've always been the best. We'll be the best again. I think there's excitement in a healthy way. And then on the other side of that, I think Nebraska fans are handling the Matt Rule rumors very well for the most part. It's not, oh, if he's gone, we're screwed. It's not, oh, he can leave. We never wanted him anyways. I think Nebraska fans are being, generally speaking, pretty rational in the moment with everything happening. And I'm impressed. I can't lie.
So I made a point earlier to re-identify what's happening, not as rumor, but as internet nonsense. Because Matt Rule didn't ask to be a part of this.
He did not.
Penn State did not specifically speak about Matt Rule. They did not bring him into the conversation.
Not yet.
But until then, it's something else. Right? So let's identify what it is. And somebody earlier said, well, media people. No, I don't know that that's all media people. Truth be known, just sometimes it's just some dude. It's just somebody on the internet who decided, hey, what would be a really cool, who would be a great fit, right? And those people deserve whatever they're going to get from it. But I don't want to give credit to it just because. Can I say that?
Sure.
That I am impressed by the fact that people are able to just go, meh, nothing to see here, nothing to talk about, beat Minnesota. Like, beat Minnesota, don't beat Nebraska. Whatever way you want to say it, that should be the focus. It should absolutely be the focus. And that is kind of where I'm landing.
And I think a lot of that can be traced back to Matt Rule himself, who, again, didn't say something, didn't say nothing regarding Penn State on Monday. But DP, I think this has been that mindset shift that has taken place even in Husker fans, to where I've watched the game with a bunch of my closest friends at a wedding reception. And, sure, there was the usual little bit of pessimism of, okay, well, they just gave up, a score. They just got a field goal here. They really going to be able to stop them. But it wasn't, oh, this one's over and missed the chance. There was like, oh, Nebraska's going to get another crack at this thing. Let's see if they can go down and score. Not, oh, great, let's see how backbreaking the interception is here. And that shift, I think, has taken place in the team as well. And so whether he leaves, whether he stays, whatever ends up happening, I think Matt Rule deserves a lot of credit for first shifting the mindset of his team, which is his focus. But I do think Matt Rule understands the magnitude of whatever he does with his team will end up being reflected, across Husker Nation, across Husker fans, whatever you want to call it. I'm starting to see Husker fans take on more of that identity of the team. Maybe they don't have the true full belief like it sounds like the team did or does in a lot of ways, but he's turned the battleship around. I'm impressed.
Yeah, sometimes in how people approach this sort of thing, Bach and I had a pretty good time laughing at the idea of somebody on the internet saying, "Hey, I'm having an affair with your husband," and the husband was like, "I don't know them people." Like, why are you asking me to justify or defend a thing that I am in no way, shape, or part of?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I haven't talked to them. They didn't call me. There's no text. There's no public statement. There's nothing. Somebody went on the internet and said, "Hey, man, I think I saw your wife with this dude." Well, what? She didn't ask for it. You didn't ask for it. Matt Rule didn't ask for it.
No.
Husker fans didn't ask for it. They didn't speak on it. So then he just said, quite frankly, I'm happy here. I'm cool, y'all. We good? Can I focus on lunch? Can I beat Minnesota? Can I get my guys ready?
Mm-hmm.
I thought that was the right way. I thought it was the appropriate thing. Now,
well, and his refrain too has been, we just got to get better.
Well,
for his team. And I think that's borne out, that stuff is in your control. You do control how you react. You do control how you play. Respect the opponent. Don't fear him. Handle your business. And I think that's carried over to the fans as well.
Well, I mean, that's what leadership is. Leadership is saying, here's where we're going to go. Here's how we're going to go. Here's how we're going to get there. And I thought it was unfair. I thought it was unfair, frankly. That in season, in mid-process, at the highest point, again, you're now 5-1 after a road win in the Big Ten, with an opportunity to go 1-0 again, that you can't focus on that. You're not allowed to focus on that. That the very first question of his presser was based on a thing that he had nothing to do with. Why would you bring me this stuff? Like, that would be the ultimate response. Why are you bringing me this? This has nothing to do with me.
Tell me if this is a distinction without a difference. Matt Rule had nothing to do with it, but it didn't have nothing to do with him.
No, it had nothing to do with him. It had nothing to do with him.
Penn State seems to think it has nothing to do with him. So
show me where Penn State said that Matt Rule was a target.
They haven't said anyone's a target, which I understand.
So it's not Penn State. So it's not Penn State. Penn State simply said, we're getting a divorce from James Franklin. They didn't say anything about who they were going to date next, whether they're trying to get married, what they were doing. They named an interim coach, right? Because somebody's got to coach him this week, and it wasn't Matt Rule.
Mm-hmm.
So ask that dude about James Franklin and but you're not asking that dude about Nebraska and Matt Rule. Whoever the interim coach is, I don't even know. I didn't look. Whoever that is, you didn't ask him about Matt Rule.
Mm-hmm.
And Penn State didn't talk about Matt Rule. So what are we talking about?
I think it's at least understandable that Matt Rule's name would be brought up.
Fair,
unfair.
No,
yeah, it is.
No,
because Penn State's a big job. Penn State, it's interesting, and he has ties. So even if Penn State's not saying it,
I'm a grown man. I'm fully capable of minding my own business.
Mm-hmm. And the rest of the world isn't. So again, fair, unfair.
Right.
The reality is.
So no, the reality is that people that want to speculate and make up stuff, go for it. I'm too busy. Like, I got actual stuff to do.
Mm-hmm.
I got facts and data. I got actual stuff that we got to get through and take care of. The speculation part of sports and entertainment, cool. I'm not telling you not to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Is it necessary? No. It's just
Certainly.
like it's the same thing as preseason rankings. You know how I feel.
Mm-hmm.
No, why? I don't need to be first.
Mm-hmm.
I do not need to be first. I'm first enough I've lived an actual life of being first. I don't have the need to be first. I have a much greater need to be right.
Mm-hmm.
Talk about what you know, not what you think you know. Talk about what you know. We don't know any of that stuff. We don't know it. That's
Not
just
for a fact.
me.
Yeah, no,
we don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I like to speak about what I can speak about in full.
Mm-hmm.
It's okay to say, I don't know what they're talking about. I don't know if it's true. I don't know if it's possible. I don't know if it's likely. I don't know. I just don't know. And since I don't know, I can shut up about
I'm going to get to this from Colgan J. Austin, it's the media like you who wants to make it about Rule, and you want to talk about it when there's nothing to talk about. Number one, there's not nothing to talk about, which is why I'll have you remember, Colgan J. Old School did a full hour on Nebraska, Maryland before approaching that. Right? I wasn't even the one who brought it up.
What do you mean?
We talked about Nebraska, Maryland, the game that actually happened, the game there was to talk about, with all the Matt Rule stuff that everyone else wanted to talk about. Here on Old School, we focused on the game first. Same thing Tom Chattel that night. Didn't launch right into Rule rumors because it was secondary at best.
That part.
Right, which is why I was going to steer this conversation Nebraska, Minnesota.
Yeah.
What we do know, because this is a big moment for this fan base. In DP, I think in years past, this is my overall point, is that there have been years past where Husker fans would say, okay, well, we're 5-1, but it's Minnesota. They own us. Well, let's just see how close we can get. I think Husker fans, I think this Husker team has a real honest belief that it's going to go to Minneapolis, win, and get bowl eligibility before the calendar turns to November. And that's a step in the right direction. That's incredible.
I like to keep, I'll go even in more detail in the space that as a coach, I can say that the team on the schedule next is not as important as the team on the jersey next. That if I, as a coach and as a player, the Dylan Raiola's biggest issue isn't Minnesota. It's to clean up his play for Nebraska. That's like for Emmett, the responsibility and the bigger task is to recover from a full day's toting the mail, to tote it again as best as he can for Nebraska. It happens to be against Minnesota, so you can evaluate what do they do, how do they do it, who are the people, that sort of thing. But the far greater issue for Nebraska from week to week for as long as we've known has been Nebraska's relationship with Nebraska. That Nebraska, if Nebraska does everything that it's been coached to do, trained to do, practice to do, it will be fine. It's when you go away from the things that you've practiced, seen on film, and worked on, that things go left. That things go left. I don't care that PJ Fleck is on the sideline. I don't care that he doesn't wear socks. That's some other stuff. But today is Wednesday. They travel tomorrow. Friday they play Minnesota. And Nebraska's biggest foe will be Nebraska. That if Nebraska does everything, listen, if I'm going to cheat, if I'm going to grab and hold, that means I wasn't doing what I was taught, because I was never taught to grab and, right? If I jump off sides, we didn't practice for me to jump off sides. We practiced for me not to jump off sides. If I throw an interception, we didn't practice for me to throw the interception. We practiced for me to not throw the interception. If I fumble, we didn't practice for me to fumble. As a matter of fact, we went in a great drill, great repetition to not fumble the football.
To hold on to it.
So focus on you. That I understand that there is a large fraction of the human population that likes to deflect and talk about other people and other things. I'm really good about locking in. Lock it in. You lock it in. You Husker fans, lock it in.
Ohio Husker says, I agree with everything you're saying, DP, except the sock thing. I do care that PJ Fleck doesn't wear socks.
None of my business what that man do. Look, how that man dress? Go ahead, bro. Show me where on you, Ohio Husker, that PJ Fleck's lack of socks hurt you. Show me the bruise. Show me the mark.
Point to it.
Show me where it hurts you. Listen, it can be annoying. It can be a bothering if I allow it. But quite frankly, I'd rather focus on that really sweet black Adidas pullover that Matt Rule keeps wearing, because I need one. I need one of those. I need that Adidas black pullover. I'm going to give credit for some stuff. That other stuff, I'll leave to other people.
Totally fair. One thing that Nebraska can't leave to other people, something Matt Rule said today, is that he thinks his team, DP, has really only struggled against two types of run plays this year. Number one of them is quarterback draw, which Matt Rule thinks will be less of a factor this week than it has been over the last 3 or 4 weeks. The other one is outside zone. Simple bread and butter outside zone. Nebraska struggled with. Guess what Matt Rule says Minnesota really likes to run, DP?
Zone.
Outside zone. What goes into stopping that play? What are the keys?
Okay, so identifying possibility and where your direct friction will come from. And each player on the field, depending on how they line up down and distance, matters. Time of the game matters, but put that aside for a second. That gap advantage can only be gained if you understand what gap you need control of.
Mm-hmm.
And on every play, no matter how you line up, every defensive lineman and linebacker, they understand the gap responsibility and how to fill it. Edge setters, set the edge, have your eyes in the right place. Don't put don't turn your numbers to the sideline, right? Because if either sideline can see your numbers,
it's over.
It's over. You're in trouble.
Too late.
Right? And then you can't be a good teammate. You can't be in place, right? Because if you're giving the quarterback one less thing to read, then he is a double threat now. He can do more damage because you didn't do your job. Just do your job. Outside zone read, inside zone read, all things in play. Setting boundary. Me personally as a coach, I made a full career that often the edge setter has to be the most accountable, responsible player on the field. I've adjusted that to it being tackle closest to the ball, because the tackle closest to the ball can identify and set half the field for us to defend rather than all of it. Right?
And when you only got to defend half, a little easier than defending the whole.
Oh, and then because if you set the boundary for half, that I went on the nose and the center is one block down. They're literally one block down and a critical block down because I'm inside and I'm where he needs to be. I then allow my edge setter to do his job better. I have my two best predators sitting at linebacker with an advantage because then it's just gap control.
Hit your gap.
Yep, hit your gap, make the play, get him to the ground. If my boundary and my closest to the ball, if I win middle of the ball to the boundary, I've won the play. I've won the play because now I've got two predators at linebacker, one trail linebacker, and a safety downhill with another trailing to make a play. It's only when the boundary doesn't work, that now my smallest player on defense now has to be an enforcer. And I don't want that. It's okay if it happens sometimes, but I don't want it. I don't want, but if he must be, because then remember, all those predators have to run farther than they normally would have to. I'd rather defend a third of the field than half or full. And then if I want to get really fancy and win, I win off the center's nose, I win the boundary, I win both gaps. And then I get people to the ground because I only have to defend 25% of the field with four of my best players.
The flip side of that, how has Nebraska's offense done in avoiding that situation, in making the defense defend the whole field so far this year?
Bodies to the point of attack. Bodies to the point of attack, which is why they struggle sometimes in red zone because there's less space. Again, if I only got to defend half or a third of the field, I don't care if it's Nebraska or otherwise. The other also thing that Nebraska has to consider is that, quite frankly, Dylan's not running the ball once or twice on purpose frees up that extra defender far too often against Nebraska's offense.
Sure.
Just, it's the thing that I want. I was screaming at Jaden Daniels, Caleb Williams, Monday night. I just need you early in the game on the first drive at some point just to pull one, even if it's just 3 yards and planting a flag that we can do this. You need to stay home. You need to stay home. If I can make one of those critical 4 defenders stay home and do extra work, it's going to take the burden off my run game. It's going to make them easier to block. It's going to make them easier to get by and beat. So for Nebraska, I just, every now and then, Dylan, just pull one and go to the ground. Like I'm cool with that.
Why do you think he doesn't? Is that a Dylan thing? Is that a coach's directive? What do you think is the rationale behind that?
I don't know. I really, some quarterbacks just don't want to do. Well, defensive coordinators will tell you the number of times that I put a body on the quarterback, the greater the return later in the game. So if I can get a body on him, whether it be in pass pressure, in the run game, if I can get a body on him 3-4 times, we're going to have much better success against him later. Dylan doesn't take those extra hits. And as the unmasked texter says, Dylan being the most accurate thrower, you know why? It's protected. As much as we talk about bat protection, his body's not taking the Adrian Martinez level or Heinrich Harburg level or Chubba Purdy level of beatdown, Casey Thompson level of beatdown, right? And you don't rush. You don't. He doesn't have an excuse for making bad throws because he's got open windows, clean windows, and a fresh body. It's just me as an offensive player or a defensive coordinator that I know that if I can send 11 to the ball and not 10 with one reading the quarterback, because Nebraska defenses can tell you how difficult it is to take that 11th defender, sometimes 10th and 11th defender out of coverage because a quarterback will pull it and get to work.
Those windows get bigger.
It really does. It cleans up a whole lot of mess.
Let's go to break. I do want to get to that from Unmasked Texter. I think there's more to get into when we come to that text on our Starter Heyman Jewelers text line, 402-464-5685. Taking your Husker football thoughts all show long. He's DP. I'm Austin. This is Old School on the Ticket.
Watch Old School live on Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch. Old School with Foreman and Orman on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Limitless Male says it's all fun and games until your testosterone plummets. Testosterone levels can start falling as early as age 30 with symptoms like no energy, poor sleep, brain fog, belly fat, muscle loss, and mood swings. If this sounds familiar, get your testosterone checked at Limitless Male. We'll get you back in the game with more strength, energy, and confidence. When you feel this good, you'll wonder why you waited so long to get a free consult at Limitless Male. Get scheduled today.
At Fairway Meat Market, your family. And as part of the family, they want to save you money on your meat and groceries. Now through October 19th, enjoy USDA Choice T-bone steaks for $13.99 per pound. Whole short loin, $9.99 cut and wrapped for free. Bone-in smoked pork chops, $4.99 per pound. And Michelob Ultra 24 packs, $19.99 each when you buy two. That's all at Fairway Meat Markets in the Rockledge Square Shopping Center just south of 84th and Van Dorn.
When it comes to concrete, Stevens & Smith Construction doesn't stall. They go for the takedown. As Nebraska's full-service concrete contractor, they stay in bounds, hold inside position, and never forfeit quality. Whether it's foundations, flatwork, or concrete coatings, they elevate performance and pin down results that win every time. Stevens & Smith Construction is a proud sponsor of Takedown Tuesdays on 93.7 The Ticket. Because when it's time to wrestle with concrete, Stevens & Smith Construction slams expectations.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Sponsored by John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning.
Your Lincoln forecast for today, patchy fog possible this morning, along with a chance of showers. Otherwise, partly sunny and breezy. The high near 82. Tonight, partly cloudy skies with a low near 65. And tomorrow, we'll see partly sunny skies return. It'll be breezy with the high near 82. I'm meteorologist Kyle Hutchinson, 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Are you looking to upgrade or improve the garage door on your home? This is Cameron Hall of Doors Plus. At Doors Plus, we guarantee to offer a wide selection of options from 5 leading garage door manufacturers as we deliver a free estimate, exact measurements, and rapid installation with a 3 to 5 week time frame. When you choose Doors Plus for your residential garage door needs, you'll work with our experienced technicians and be ensured that your new door seamlessly complements your home. Give us a call at 402-590-5800 or visit us online at DoorsPlusLLC.com. Doors Plus, garage doors, and more.
Schweizo Construction is now hiring for skilled craftsmen, steel erectors, concrete workers, and general laborers. Schweizo Construction offers great benefits like premium wages, health and dental insurance, paid holidays and vacation, 401k with company match, life insurance, and disability insurance. They pride themselves on a legacy of 40 years built on integrity and trust. Joining their team means becoming part of a family that values hard work, dedication, and mutual respect. Apply today at Schweizo.com. That's SCHWISOW.com.
When your home fills up with family, Aloe Fiber makes sure that space is a happy place for everyone. Aloe Fiber experts install it all, and full service means step-by-step support, guiding you through everything so you can stay connected to what matters, and the family can always feel at home. Put the game on, and don't worry about your Wi-Fi calling a timeout. Better TV and internet service is one connection away. Call Allo at 866-481-2556 or visit allofiber.com.
The temperature and leaves are falling daily, so that means it's time for a new pair of shoes for the fall season from Brown's Shoe Fit. Now through October 31st, take $15 off any regularly priced fall shoes and boots. Brands like Keen, Oboz, Echo, Taos, and Atrex all $15 off. Some exclusions may apply. See store for details. This is the sale you've all been waiting for, so get down to Brown's Shoe Fit on 66th and Q.
Nutrition Authority invites you to check out Renew PM, the ultimate nighttime recovery formula. Fall asleep faster, stay asleep longer, and wake up refreshed. Renew PM can only be found at Nutrition Authority, the home of better than internet pricing. Own the night with Renew PM. For store info, visit mynutritionauthority.com.
Salt Mine City is your go-to brewery in the Haymarket for craft beers and great food. Enjoy a full menu of great items daily for lunch and dinner, like their Big Fatty 7-ounce hamburger or a Reuben sandwich served on Blackstone rye bread. And don't forget their beef or chicken nachos with guacamole, sour cream, jalapenos, and more. Wash it down with one of their 12 beers on tap, including the popular Single Axle Light American Lager. Salt Mine City, now open 2 p.m. Monday through Thursday and 11 a.m. Friday through Sunday at 8th and R.
If you want to make new floor shopping easier, come to O Street Carpet. Hi, I'm Steve Carper. Our flooring professionals can help you choose the best flooring for you, your family, and your budget. We eliminate the confusion. Even better, you'll be enjoying your new flooring much sooner. No 6 or 8 week waits. We'll install right away and save you money on installation. Floor shopping made easy every day at O Street Carpet.
O Street Carpet.
1732 O Street. Family owned and operated. Always the best value.
Back to old school with Foreman and Orman on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Welcome back into this old school. Austin Norman and DP with you. This segment brought to you by Heartland of Nebraska Windows. It's been drizzling most of the day, starting to clear up a little bit. But if you have any concerns about your windows not being insulated enough or worried about some water leaking in, whether it's the rain or the snow here in the fall and the upcoming winter, give our friends at Heartland of Nebraska Windows a call. They are locally owned and operated, family owned and operated, in fact. Based out of Hallam, Nebraska, they offer free estimates, full window replacements, all vinyl triple pane windows, and lifetime warranties on everything while still keeping their prices affordable. To learn more, give them a call at 402-430-3852 or visit online at heartlandofnebraskawindows.com. All right, DP, to our Starter Heyman Jewelers text line we go. Unmasked Texter says, thoughts on Dylan Raiola not being the most accurate of throwers. He provides examples, including last year against Minnesota. A couple games ago, Dylan, in Unmasked Texter's opinion, threw a lob instead of a bullet in some ways. And I think we kind of get the gist of what Unmasked Texter is going for. I think the simple answer is, well, Dylan's completing 70% of his passes, so he's got to be accurate enough. But I do think there's a distinction and sometimes a difference to be drawn between your completion percentage and your accuracy. Because he's getting the ball to his receivers, 70+% of the time this year. But how that ball gets there, whether it's catchable or catchable in a position to do something with, that's something every quarterback is always working on.
I think accuracy conversations are weird. it's weird.
But what would Coach Barry Thompson say?
It's weird. It's weird. Okay. Are we talking about county fair carnival, throw it through the net while it's moving from 30 yards? Are we talking about throwing into a probable catch radius, throwing through a dirty window, throwing through a dirty floor, right, where you can't use your proper footwork? Are you talking about after taking a hit and having your brain rattled and scrambled? Are you talking about throwing and hitting somebody in the hands and it not being completed? Are we talking completion percentage? Are we talking length of throw, duration of throw? What are we talking about exactly? Like, you have to give me more. You got to be specific in the case that yeah, he's a human playing football. He's actually really good at throwing football.
Yeah.
The professional folks will say he's an elite football thrower. He's a Sunday talent football thrower. Their greater issues are things that not concerned about his accuracy. Their greater issues are durability. Can you be mobile in the space, decision-making in the process, which throws you like making the most at the most critical of moments. Some would judge your accuracy by your most critical throws and critical moments. And if you're basing it on that, it's fourth quarter throws. And, oh, by the way, he was elite in the fourth quarter throwing the football in tight windows, in through dirty windows, and reduced catch radiuses. So what do you mean?
That's why I brought this up, because it's not just as simple as Dylan doesn't have the ball in the string, putting it right where his receiver wants it every single time. There's so much more to it than that. And that
who does?
That's my point.
No
one does.
No
right?
one.
And that's where his 70% completion percentage is not saying he's accurate 70% of the time, I think, in Unmasked Texter's view. But Dylan gets the ball there. He throws a catchable ball. His receivers don't necessarily struggle with drops. He has misfires. He has passes that are a little bit off target. But the dude gets the ball where it needs to go. What more can you ask?
Yeah, it's so case in point, the touchdown throw early on, or the up the sideline, was bad mechanics and a great adjustment and pure arm talent and recall to making that throw in 1,000 throws at practice, getting you through and getting the ball out of his hand. The final throw to Key in the corner of the end zone, not the ideal throw, but the perfect throw.
But it might have been, because you hear Matt Rule talk about, and even Dylan Raiola, if that guy doesn't fall down or, he doesn't stumble, I mean, that's the only place that ball could go and not be returned for an interception.
Well, it's a pick six situation, but also you have to ask that if his eyes saw the defender stumble, his eyes were in the wrong place.
Right. And
his eyes are actually, like, if you saw the thing that helped you make the decision,
it's already too late.
In that particular case, you're late to the dance.
Which is why Dylan had to put that ball where he put it, because you, number one, can't assume a stumble, and number two, you're throwing that ball before the defender ever slips.
Well, if that's your move, one, that's an automatic read and throw, because you're throwing to a spot on time.
Dane, go get it.
Right, on time. Like, that doesn't matter whether he stumbles or not.
Back foot hits, you got to get it there.
Boom, got to go, got to go. And you take the chance that, if anything, I'm going to throw it to a place that only Dane can catch it anytime, ever. So, okay, we're going to do that. But that's also what happens, that's a throw that's been made 1,000 times at practice. Just repeat it. Just repeat it. There were situations where, I guess you could ask the question, if Dylan's a perfect quarterback. The answer is no, because they don't exist.
Is there one?
No. We can look at Patrick Mahomes and identify 6 of those throws in a game where he's smacking himself on the crown of the helmet. Patrick, what are you doing? Josh Allen is profound in that he can throw it through the eye of a needle in a desert storm, but will miss from the pier the ocean. Right? So what do you mean? Like, it's 73.4% completion in the Big Ten. Okay, sir. Okay.
To me, it's like complaining about a high strikeout pitcher who gets to 3 ball counts.
Part of the deal.
How it works.
Part of the deal. Like, his pitch count is high. Is he winning games?
Is he preventing runs?
Sir. Like, wait a minute. He's a nuisance because he throws over the first base all the time. He throws 7 times a game over there. Yeah, but what's his steal percentage?
Yeah, how often are guys ripping off a bag? They're not.
Like, what do you want? What do you want? 5-1. What do you want? I'm cool.
Unmasked Texter, I don't think this is fair. Well, okay, is he throwing pick sixes? 1? Is that the standard? He threw 1. Again, he's gotten away with a couple, but who doesn't? Are you, Unmasked Texter, are you mad at how Dylan Raiola is playing right now? Let us know that.
He threw one. He threw one. Right? I mean, am I missing?
No, he threw one.
He threw one. Okay.
Yeah, he got picked off against Michigan. Yeah, he got picked off against Michigan State. Again, it happens.
But
he will tell you he needs to clean it up.
Well, but this is the thing. If you're counting that, the thing he didn't do, you also have to count the 4 that he got right.
Yeah.
Right? You got the 4 that got right, and then the numbers on Moss, that if you're talking about for the season, 16-5. That 3-1 ratio is a high standard number.
Better than 13-11.
Hey,
guess who was 13-11 last year?
Shows improvement.
Same dude.
More yards per attempt, 8.5. 8.5. Like it's 11 per catch, 11.5 per catch. Hey, the rating of 167.3.
Pretty good.
That's a number.
Pretty good.
That there's a number.
Mm-hmm. You can live with that.
Is that what somebody do quick math? 1591 divided by 6.
That's going to be 265.
We good with that? You're averaging 265 and 2.5 tutties and under an interception per game. Fair enough.
Well, and let's not forget this as well. I mean, if you batch the interceptions, yes, they've picked up once conference play started, but 60% of those came in one game.
Mm-hmm.
You don't anticipate Dylan Raiola going full Tanner Lee and averaging 2+ interceptions per game. He's proven that's not who he is as a quarterback.
At 7-4 in the Big Ten, there are a lot of quarterbacks in the Big Ten that don't have those numbers. So there's that.
It's really interesting to think about. I can hear it now as well. Well, what about the passes to Isaiah Hunter? Do they really count? Hunter did all the work. Well, Dana Holgerson would say, yeah, they count. Dylan got the throw on time on target. And that's the point of having good players around your good players, is that they can help the guy out and make plays for him.
Don't do it yourself.
To go back to the strikeout pitcher, heaven forbid the guy give up a ground ball or a can of corn to center sometimes. These things happen.
Like you don't get it's the thing that jab percentages are higher because they're shorter punches.
Right.
Right? You take what you can get.
Mm-hmm.
Right? You throw hooks. Hooks are sloppy. Hooks miss. But when they connect that you cheer.
Right.
Right? Like you understand we get it.
Mm-hmm.
But no, I'm fine.
A mass texter, shorter passes lead to higher completion percentages.
Jabs.
But that's what at least I've been asking for a while for Nebraska, is to turn some of those jabs, put a couple extra miles per hour of oomph behind them and see if you can turn those short passes into something more. But I also don't think it's fair to say that Dylan is captain check down.
No.
The dude's taking some shots in the intermediate area of the
offense, but that's the offense.
What's that to do?
Listen, if you said to me, Jay Foreman loves to say death by a million paper cuts. That's why.
Yeah.
It takes patience to go through and go, you know what? I'm going to take, because maybe that's what Big Ten defenses will give you. Mm-hmm. And the smart thing is to take it. To take it and be productive.
Unless texter, get back to work. Stop talking. No, I'm kidding. Really appreciate it there. Really appreciate your thoughts. It was a good discussion.
Hey, Austin, as a baseball player, how many swing and miss on bunt attempts these days? Is that a high percentage?
No, I can't say I ever swung and missed on a bunt. I can't say I did.
Necessary, right, sir?
There's a really interesting piece I read somewhere about Joe Madden asking Javi Baez to bunt down to 2 strikes. He thought he gave him a better chance to do something productive rather than flailed another slider. Javi bunted foul. It's not really kind of the point of the story, but the intuition versus data. But let's go ahead and go to break. We'll wrap up hour 2 of Old School, get you set up for a fun hour 3. We will talk a little baseball in hour 3. Plenty more on Nebraska football, Nebraska sports as well ahead.
You're listening to Old School with Jay Foreman and Austin Orman. Download the mobile app and listen wherever you are on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Load up on meat and more this spring at The Mercado by Certified Piedmontese, with great selections of T-bones, tomahawks, ribeyes, filet mignon, brisket, sirloin, and so much more. The Mercado has locations at 84th and Havelock, 30th and Yankee Hill, and now 85th and Old Cheney in Lincoln, where you can have $2 draft beer every Thursday night from 4 to 8 p.m., and half-price espresso drinks on Fridays from 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. Get to the Mercado today for the best meat in town.
Sometimes good people make mistakes. When you find yourself in need of an attorney, call Liberty Law Group. The attorneys at Liberty Law Group will defend you in court and protect your freedom to get you the best possible outcome and the justice you deserve. Trust your freedom to Liberty Law Group, the best criminal attorneys in Nebraska and Iowa. Call them today at 877-404-5238. That's 877-404-5238. Or check them out online at libertylawgroup.com.
Salt Mine City is your go-to brewery in the Haymarket for craft beers and great food. Enjoy a full menu of great items daily for lunch and dinner, like their Big Fatty 7-ounce hamburger or a Reuben sandwich served on Blackstone rye bread. And don't forget their beef or chicken nachos with guacamole, sour cream, jalapenos, and more. Wash it down with one of their 12 beers on tap, including the popular Single Axle Light American Lager. Salt Mine City, now open 2 p.m. Monday through Thursday and 11 a.m. Friday through Sunday at 8th and R.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Sponsored by John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning.
Your Lincoln forecast for today: patchy fog possible this morning, along with a chance of showers. Otherwise, partly sunny and breezy. The high near 82. Tonight, partly cloudy skies with a low near 65. And tomorrow, we'll see partly sunny skies return. It'll be breezy with the high near 82. I'm meteorologist Kyle Fletcher for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
At Fairway Meat Market, your family. And as part of the family, they want to save you money on your meat and groceries. Now through October 19th, enjoy USDA Choice T-bone steaks for $13.99 per pound. Whole short loin, $9.99 cut and wrapped for free. Bone-in smoked pork chops, $4.99 per pound. And Michelob Ultra 24 packs, $19.99 each when you buy 2. That's all at Fairway Meat Markets in the Rockledge Square Shopping Center, just south of 84th and Van Dorn.
When it comes to concrete, Stevens & Smith Construction doesn't stall. They go for the takedown. As Nebraska's full-service concrete contractor, they stay in bounds, hold inside position, and never forfeit quality. Whether it's foundations, flatwork, or concrete coatings, they elevate performance and pin down results that win every time. Stevens & Smith Construction is a proud sponsor of Takedown Tuesdays on 93.7 The Ticket. Because when it's time to wrestle with concrete, Stevens & Smith Construction slams expectations.
Are you looking for an exciting new way to put your skills to work? Explore new career options in the fintech industry at Currency, a Sandhills global company. We offer full-time positions in financial sales, compliance, operations, and other fields. We also offer a 4.5-day work week, an attractive benefits package, and opportunities for advancement. Put your motivation to work and grow with us at Currency. Visit gocurrency.com/careers to learn more.
Yesterday, your water heater worked just fine. Today, surprise! When you're out of hot water, just call the plumbers at Bryant. In most cases, you can get same-day water heater replacement. What you won't get is a costly surprise with the bill. At Bryant, the price you're quoted is the price you'll pay. No last-minute extras for piping or ventilation alterations. Need a new water heater? Just call Bryant, 467-1111. Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing. We do whatever it takes. Yesterday, your water heater worked just fine. Today, surprise! When you're out of hot water, just call the plumbers at Bryant. In most cases, you can get same-day water heater replacement. What you won't get is a costly surprise with the bill. At Bryant, the price you're quoted is the price you'll pay. No last-minute extras for piping or ventilation alterations. Need a new water heater? Just call Bryant, 467-1111. Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing. We do whatever it takes.
Here at Aspen Builders, our company is building more homes today than I thought we would ever build.
Bob Benish is the founder and president of Aspen Builders, online at aspenbuildersinc.com.
You know, I am just shocked at how strong our market is here in Lincoln and at Aspen Builders. We're probably helping people right now more than ever get into a new home. We've been able to find pieces of ground we can develop affordably and keep our lot prices down a little bit. I think with our volume discounts and our office staff, 35 years of experience, we figure out a plan that's going to work great for you. We make it perfect. We make it fit your price range. All of this is part of the reason we're so busy.
Make your dream home a reality and call Aspen Builders at 423-6811. Online at aspenbuildersinc.com. Your home is waiting at Aspen Builders.
Rico here with HIS Auto Care at 70th and Van Dorn, letting you know HIS is a great place to bring your vehicle for service. With superior service bumper to bumper, we'll treat your vehicle like it's your mother's. Doesn't get any better than that. So call 402-488-8934 and HIS Auto will make you glad you did. 5% off, mention this ad, and for sure your mother will be proud you called. 402-488-8934, HIS Auto Care, 70th and Van Dorn. God bless you.
Back to old school with Foreman and Orman on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
We're wrapping up hour 2 of Old School. Still another full hour coming your way if you're hopping in your car or about to get there on your way home from work. Appreciate you tuning in to us here on The Ticket. Austin Norman, DP with you. This segment brought to you by Love Volleyball Nebraska. Recently rebranded here over the summer, getting ready for a winter start to their second season of the Love Volleyball League. To renew your season tickets or secure them for the first time, visit lovb.com today. You can also become a League One Volleyball Insider, your chance for exclusive access to players, coaches, and fellow League One volleyball fans. Again, lovb.com. Some news out of the NBA, DP. Russell Westbrook is off the market. He signs for the veteran minimum with the Sacramento Kings. Your reaction to that move for Brody Russell Westbrook?
What's it, year 19?
This will be season number 18 for Russ. Yes.
18. I thought I was in the neighborhood. Good for him to not have to carry, to be able to fill in and mentor and lead, get you through some tough parts of the season by having somebody that can come in and run the offense. Doesn't have to be score first. He's always going to be a good rebounder and assist guy. Get your buckets when you need it. Somebody that's able to break it down. Good leadership in that space, so I think it's necessary. And Sacramento is actually a talented team, so I mean, I like the move. I'm all for people finding another place to be themselves, and I think that's a good place for him.
Russ has bounced around a little bit here toward the end of his career. Houston, Washington, 2 different Los Angeles teams over the last couple of years, and then did spend last year with Denver. I am morbidly curious about this Kings roster. Russ, okay, toward the end of his career. I mean, 13-5-6 last year. Pretty good in a bench role for the Clippers. They signed Dennis Schroeder in the offseason to be their main lead guard. Malik Monk, for some reason, they were looking to get rid of. Maybe that's a salary issue. I don't know, but Malik Monk's been really good for them. Domantas Sabonis, I'm curious to see if there's anything more in the tank for him, as he's squarely in the middle of his prime, entering his age 29 season. Then Keegan Murray is already banged up a little bit as he looks to play his way off his rookie contract into an extension. Zach LaVine is in Sacramento. Fascinating collection of pieces in really, I think, a stacked West. The East has a couple really good teams at the top and then a bunch of questions. DP, I think the West is loaded again this year.
The East-West thing is weird to me, that teams will fall into niches, and then you have to learn to compete against it. So it's like the Big Ten. You have to learn to compete against the people you're going to compete with the most.
Mm-hmm.
So people tend to migrate to, oh, well, this is my style of play. I need to be in this area and play this style of ball. But if you tell me that in the West that you could, in a healthy form, put Schroeder, Westbrook, DeRozan, LaVine, Sabonis on the floor in a critical possession, either offensively or defensively, they're a problem for anybody in the West. Maybe not over the course of the full season.
Any given night.
Right? But any given night and a series in a night of 5 or 6 possessions, because in the West, in regular season, the majority of games come down to those 3 different sequences of 6 possessions.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, this is a problem. This is an agitating, fully vindictive group of 5.
Speaking of agitating, that's where I do like Keon Ellis and Devin Carter as smaller, younger guards off the bench. Those are pests.
But they gave you more because now you're gonna get those two guys when you're tired.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, here come these two. Right? Like, oh man, doggone it. It's the West in the NBA.
Mm-hmm.
The East is a different kind of physicality. There's the aggressive, anointed, I'm going to be in the right spot West versus I'm just not going to let you get to your spot East. Like I'm just going to body you out of position and demand that you fight me for this time and space. Different levels of aggression and physicality depending on where you are in it and where you are in the 33% in the East or West.
Yeah.
That top third understands that they're just better. They're just better.
Your Cleveland's, your New York.
You're just that much better.
Mm-hmm.
That middle third are the ones that on the given night and if things break, right? Somebody has a breakout season. Somebody all of a sudden gets on a heater and can do this. And then on any given night, they can get anybody.
Mm-hmm.
It's the bottom third where you just go, oh, bro, what a tough year for you. What a tough year that you're going to try to figure out how to make this thing work. And like I'm looking at you, Utah Jazz. I'm looking at you because
I'm looking at you, Utah Jazz, Charlotte Hornets, Washington Wizards,
right,
New Orleans Pelicans.
Like I want to know
Brooklyn Nets.
I want to know from the Utah Jazz,
Phoenix Suns,
that they have to be careful because the word is that Ace Bailey is legit. Ace Bailey is going to end up being their all-star this year. And you have to keep him happy. And you have to keep him satisfied in Utah. Oh, no. Oh, no.
Take him to Holy War. Get him turned up.
Oh, he's going to be there.
Good.
He's going to be. I don't think he's ready. I don't think he's ready.
Can you be ready if you've never been?
The first time you go on, it is a one-lane road to Provo.
Does it only go one way?
One lane in, one lane out. One lane in, one lane out. And you get there expecting this, and it's majestic.
Mountains, Utah scenery.
Right, and yeah, it really is. Like you're just like, okay, this is different.
Mm-hmm.
And you get there, and the announcement. And remember, Utah nice. Oh, that's not creepy. That's not that people will report you for having anything caffeinated or alcoholic. Ma'am, sir.
Security.
I need to know what's in that glass. That glass I can't see in because I can't mind my own business. And the honor code allows me to agitate you for drinking something that it's chocolate milk, lady. Get off my back. It's an interesting 90,000 in that building who none of them like each other. Like I don't know. Iowa and Nebraska are neighbors. Utah and BYU are family, and they don't like each other. Like, it's one thing to not like your neighbor. Oh, here comes Iowa.
It's not Hatfields and McCoys. It's Hatfields and Hatfields.
It's Hatfields and Hatfields. Like, and it's the first ones. You're the reason why we got to fight them anyway.
Right.
You're the cousin that makes us have to fight the McCoys, dummy. That's
Let us go handle that business, then we'll handle our business.
Oh, man.
Because we gotta.
I don't like you, brother.
Last thing before we go to break, DP, Big Bang Hank, Russell Westbrook will never mentor. He's all about Russ. I think that's not accurate. We haven't heard many of those, if any of those reports about Russ, the person.
No, none of that's true. Listen, I've been in rooms with Westbrook. He is a personality where he sometimes the comedian in him takes over and inappropriate at times, right? Where you're just going, don't be the funny guy now. But he's just like, I can be the funny guy now because I am. I just am.
Because I'm Russell Westbrook.
Right.
But not in a I'm Russell Westbrook way. I'm Russell Westbrook.
I'm Russell Westbrook. This is just, I'm special. Most of the guys that I can say played with him would like to have him back as a teammate. There are choice few that do not. but that's the case for every NBA star, NFL star, otherwise.
Mm-hmm.
But I know that opponents hate facing him. That's what I know.
Mm-hmm.
That the opponents respect him as much as anybody on the opposing team, the team that he's been on since his OKC.
Mm-hmm.
So,
and I think Russ is one of those guys that loves the game enough that he's going to continue to be one of those guys you hate to play against but love to play with at the Y for the next 15 years.
Yeah, I mean, when you see Kevin Durant and James Harden and all the teammates just love on him in the hallway after the game, like, God, you're such a jerk. But they mean it in exactly that way that it sounded. Like, I love you, but you're a jerk. Appreciate you. Like, see you next time, fam. Do it again. I'm going to kick your butt next time. That sort of deal. Don't let somebody else's opinion. No, I would say, feel how you feel about him. And everybody's entitled. I happen to like watching him play because there's an athletic presence that is unique and unicornish for a guy his size at 6'4".
Mm-hmm. Not small. I forgot he was that big.
Right. You forget, like when you see him, you go, okay, he's 6'4" with 6'7" arms.
Mm-hmm.
And he has springs.
When you
he
say,
has bounce.
When you say athletic arrogance, I think about Russell Westbrook.
100%.
Not arrogant personality, but athletic arrogance. I'm going to go through you. I'm going to go over you. I'm going to go around you. That's peak Russell Westbrook.
There are things that he can do, not even thinking about it, that would tear my hamstring.
Just thinking about it. Yes. Correct. Correct. Let's not tear our hamstrings on our way to break. We'll talk some baseball and plenty more in hour 3 of the show.
Watch Old School live on Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch. Old School with Foreman and Orman on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Load up on meat and more this spring at The Mercado by Certified Piedmontese with great selections of T-bones, tomahawks, ribeyes, filet mignon, brisket, sirloin, and so much more. The Mercado has locations at 84th and Havelock, 30th and Yankee Hill, and now 85th and Old Cheney in Lincoln, where you can have $2 draft beer every Thursday night from 4 to 8 p.m. and half-price espresso drinks on Fridays from 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. Get to The Mercado today for the best meat in town.
Sometimes good people make mistakes. When you find yourself in need of an attorney, call Liberty Law Group. The attorneys at Liberty Law Group will defend you in court and protect your freedom to get you the best possible outcome and the justice you deserve. Trust your freedom to Liberty Law Group, the best criminal attorneys in Nebraska and Iowa. Call them today at 877-404-5238. That's 877-404-5238. Or check them out online at libertylawgroup.com.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet. KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
Jack Russell of Farm Bureau Financial Services is here to help you protect things that are most important to you. Whether it's your home, your family, or your future, Jack Russell has the proven experience to get the job done while developing authentic relationships with you. Give Jack a call today at 402-421-9100. Again, that's 402-421-9100. Or visit one of his 2 locations in Lincoln or Seward and learn how you can excel in the complicated world of insurance. Jack Russell of Farm Bureau Financial Services, a trusted and well-respected representative since 1999.
Are you looking for an exciting new way to put your skills to work? Explore new career options in the fintech industry at Currency, a Sandhills Global company. We offer full-time positions in financial sales, compliance, operations, and other fields. We also offer a 4.5-day work week, an attractive benefits package, and opportunities for advancement. Put your motivation to work and grow with us at Currency. Visit gocurrency.com/careers to learn more.
All right, Lincoln, if you're a diesel technician who's ready to earn up to $40 an hour and you're tired of working nights and weekends, listen up. Inland Truck Parts and Service is hiring experienced diesel technicians right here in Lincoln, and they're offering what every hardworking tech wants. Monday through Friday hours, no nights, no weekends, and paid training on advanced diesel technology. With 37 locations across 12 states, career advancement opportunities are endless. Start building towards your future and apply today at inlandtruck.com. That's inlandtruck.com. Or text APPLY to 785-369-1320.
Yesterday, your water heater worked just fine. Today, surprise! When you're out of hot water, just call the plumbers at Bryant. In most cases, you can get same-day water heater replacement. What you won't get is a costly surprise with the bill. At Bryant, the price you're quoted is the price you'll pay. No last-minute extras for piping or ventilation alterations. Need a new water heater? Just call Bryant, 467-1111. Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing. We do whatever it takes.
Imagine hitting rewind on your life 10, even 20 years. With testosterone therapy from Limitless Male, you can turn back the aging clock and get your edge, energy, and confidence back. If you've lost your drive, sleep deprived, muscle loss, belly fat, irritable, you're not the guy you once were. Get your T levels checked at Limitless Male. More and more men are realizing hormone replacement can turn back the clock. Schedule your free consult at limitlessmale.com.
Anderson Ford in Lincoln has 2 convenient locations, which means 2 times the customer service, 2 times the inventory, and 2 times the ability to get you in the car of your dreams. Whether you visit us on the north side or the south side, you'll find more selection and a team that's always on your side. When you're looking for a better way to buy your next Ford, visit Anderson Ford in Lincoln, where exceptional service meets unbeatable selection.
Boxing is back this Saturday with Brawloween at the Complex. The Midwest's best professional boxers will display their best performances with hometown favorites Clyde Godzilla Johnson and Cody Kerr among the boxers. Get your tickets at thecomplexlincoln.com, where you can live stream this event as well. Nebraska football plays on Friday, so Saturday is open for you to attend or watch. Doors open at 6 p.m. with first bout at 7 p.m. this Saturday, October 18th. It's Brawloween at the Complex, located at 1555 Yolanda Avenue.
Coming at you live from the heart of Lincoln, America. This is Old School, sponsored by the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese. Nebraska Football Hall of Famer Jay Foreman and Austin Orman. Old School with Foreman and Orman on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Here we go, launching into hour 3 of Old School. Austin Norman DP with you on a beautiful Wednesday evening, a fantastic drive time home. We'll hang out with you here from 5 to 6, turn it over to Ticket Weeknights after that. But until then, still plenty to get to. This is Old School, brought to you by the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese. They got 3 Lincoln locations and 1 up in Omaha. They are all over our listening area, at least on the terrestrial signal. Don't forget, you can take us wherever it is you are in the world on our app and on our social media feeds, and even in your own living room. Allo Channel 961. I was at a church meeting last night after work, DP, and I heard from some people that I would not have expected that, hey, guess what? Tickets on in their living room on Channel 961. So shout out to our great friends at Allo for spreading the good word of the Ticket in that way.
Brad Moline is a hero. He's a hero, and he's actually good people. For working with us and allowing the thing to happen as we bring it to him. And he was open to the idea and concept. Again, when the weird guy presents streaming sports radio and cable TV, well, why would you do that?
We're still waiting for the switch to channel 937. But,
someday we can dream and aspire, but we aren't that far from 962. So
there we go.
That's a much closer, more reasonable look.
There you have it. Eyeballs emoji.
It's coming.
Speaking of eyeballs emoji, DP, Seattle up 2-0 in the American League Championship Series. And we had this discussion a little bit about Nebraska to lead off last hour. But that fan base is still waiting for that turn. They are ecstatic. They are thrilled. I have Mariners fans family that I've reached out to. They love being up 2-0, and they did it on the road. But as every baseball fan knows, that franchise in Seattle is waiting to get over that hump.
This feels over that hump.
Yes.
But this feels different.
It's about time for it to be different.
Well, but I just think it's the wrong team. It's the wrong year for the Dodgers to
we'll get there. Don't you worry.
The ability to focus and beat Toronto, right? Okay, yeah, I get it. And first things first. But it's one of my favorite places Seattle in sports, they just appreciate it. They have a deeper connection to it than you would imagine. And it's fun to be in the space, to watch them absolutely go bonkers over their Seattle sports teams.
Mm-hmm.
Some of it gets lost with the Cougs. But the Dogs, the Huskies get the work.
Mm-hmm.
I'm also rooting for them that this baseball thing may be, and if they make it to the World Series and get to showcase this fan base, I would imagine that it moves Seattle to the front of the NBA expansion list to bring back and fill the spot of the Sonics. And I think you absolutely bring back the Sonics.
Oh, yeah.
Bring back glorious green and gold. Bring that back. Give it to me.
If you brought back the Hornets, you bring back the Sonics.
Yeah. Please give Sean Kemp something to do.
Give Detlef something to do.
Detlef was working. I saw Detlef a couple of months ago. It looked good.
Do the Sonics come back in time for KD to retire there?
I think so. I think so. I do want, I always love those things, those expansion conversations that you bring back the Sonics and then the Thunder goes, we don't want you to come back because we lose all our records.
They were never yours to begin with.
They were not yours, my friend. They were not yours. So
you can root for them. You can say thanks for them, but they weren't yours. On the baseball front, DP, Seattle leads Toronto 2-0. Won both games very different ways. Gave up the leadoff home run in game one, and then nothing after that. 3 solo bombs wins it. Then a big win in game number 2. Put up 10 runs in that one. It's been the pitching that's been the story of the development of the Seattle Mariners into this near playoff team for a while. Their starters have been really good, and then obviously there's the Cal Raleigh aspect of things. But what I think is just as impressive is the season Julio Rodriguez has had, how he was one of the bright, shining young stars of baseball, and then he got usurped by one of his own teammates there in Cal Raleigh. Julio's played a role, and even Eugenio Suarez has been bad since he got traded back to Seattle, but it hasn't bothered him. I love the way the Seattle team plays. I love the way that they were built, the way they're made up, and I'm so happy for their fans that they have something to cheer for.
Well, you missed somebody, Polanco.
Oh man, how about him?
Right, that when second basemen make that postseason presence, it's always a little bit like found money.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we got a second baseman that drives in runs. In critical moments, no less.
It's one thing if it's Jose Altuve. Jorge Polanco ain't that guy.
Well, but even then, you still kind of go, look at the little guy. Look at you. Look at you, little dude. Way to play big man baseball. It's the thing that they have some people. And Rosarina does a thing for me, for a baseball purist, that he is always competing.
Mm-hmm.
He's always competing.
Randy Arozarena is what we thought Yasiel Puig was going to be.
Right. That with all of that swagger and sauce,
mm-hmm.
but there's substance. It's all based on substance. That he is competing for his team. Like I'm not sure there's anybody who's happier for his team when he gets to be the one that does something.
Mm-hmm.
That it's like, guys, look at us. Look at us. This is amazing. So yeah, I'm happy. I'm almost happy for Victor Robles.
Okay. Yeah. Former Nat.
Yeah. Because he's
seen some stuff.
Dang. Yeah. Like he's been through this. He's been through some stuff and stuff. Like, like it's like, you're there, bro. You took some heat from people. You think about it. I'm surprised he hasn't become the villain, because remember, he was the feature. He was the main event. He was the next thing. And then Juan Soto came up and just took him. Like he has to look. I'm pretty sure he has a doll of Juan Soto that he punches needles into, because he was the top player in the minors and the first guy up to play center field for the Nats. And everybody's like, he's here. He's here. He's the guy. The next coming. We've seen the arrivals here. Ring the bell, light the smoke, let it come out of the. Oh, it's Juan
Oh.
Soto. It's Juan Soto.
I can almost guarantee this hasn't been brought up on this radio station yet. It needs to be known that Juan Soto stole 20 bases in the second half.
Like, listen, I love him so much. I forget about the policy of baseball and what it allows and forces people to do. And both are appropriate. Allowed, force, right? Those things. But for pure joy of an at-bat, is there anybody in baseball who enjoys each at-bat as much as Juan Soto? Kind sir, I'm open to the discussion. I'm open to your.
Don't think so.
Is there anybody who enjoys playing the game that they play one possession at a time as much as Juan Soto enjoys getting a batter's box and hitting a baseball?
I got no one that comes to mind right away.
I'm open to the text line. If there's somebody that comes to mind in a sport, I was trying to think of like basketball, and I don't know that there's anybody who plays basketball who enjoys each play, like each offensive possession. Maybe somebody that
I would say the one that comes to mind for me, and only because his head coach has talked so much about it, is Steph Curry. And Steve Kerr's talked about
Very
basketball
close.
joy.
Very close.
That's
Yep.
important. I think Tyrese Halliburton could enter that sphere were he not injured. I think he's a pretty happy-go-lucky guy. That's what I come down with. Football. Is it possible to enjoy football like that?
You know what, Texter? Good call. Scatabo is but I need for Scatabo to be that in year 7.
Right.
Like he's got a long trail to get in there. Freddie Freeman.
He's Canadian, so does that even count? Pete Javi Baez was there.
Close. Mr. Mike D, he mentions John Daly. I would have to put a disclaimer in that nobody enjoys what happens after they're done playing as much as John Daly. John Daly, listen, when you can turn every Waffle House into the best nightclub in a small town in the South, like there's no party starter like John Daly. Like there just aren't any. There's just not. It's John Daly, Ric Flair, and everybody else. Like I don't think there's anybody. I maybe Conor McGregor, but Conor goes too far. Because
has he before? Has Conor done that?
God.
Let me ask you this.
Good call, my dog Baker Mayfield. Baker's in the conversation.
But does Baker enjoy the game, or does he enjoy the antagonism?
But
is he having a good time, or does he have a good time pissing you off?
Both. Okay. Like both. Like listen, all of that. Like Scatabo, just hey man, you realize I'm out here, right? Like I get to do this. This is awesome. Like that's the kind of love I want from people who do radio. They show up every day and just go, let's go. And you have to put the F in between. Like, yeah, let's go.
Scatabo is a fascinating call because I think he usually has one working brain cell. Like, he's just wired for football. He strikes me as a robot that I don't know if he, like, enjoys it with, like, that little kid exuberance and energy. He's just like, I'm here and you're going to feel me.
Yeah.
Like, he strikes me as meathead.
Yeah. That too.
Someone throws out Jameis Winston.
But he has to get back on the field.
Right.
Like he has to get on the field.
Keisei Tominaga?
Oh, Keisei was just pure joy. Right? Like we were spoiled.
Keisei was Baker with the language barrier.
Well, but people weren't mad at Keisei. Like no matter where Keisei was, he was the show.
Yes.
Like anywhere in the Big Ten, like Keisei had his own fan club. Like, and they didn't even know why.
Mm-hmm.
Like whatever that is, we're for.
Greg Maddux?
I don't think Maddux loved each pitch. It was surgery for him.
Mm-hmm.
Like I think his success was so perfection driven that it took away some of that from him. Like even that. Yeah, Jameis is fun. So somebody said Patrick Mahomes, and then the very next person said Jason Kelce. So can I say that? Okay, let me say this the right way. And I'm going to. Oh, there's the winner.
No, I found the winner. DP.
Oh no, Pecan Pie just nailed the winner.
No, I got one that can one up him.
Okay.
May I introduce you to Jeffrey Yon, pitcher for the Rockies. You might have seen him. He became internet famous after every strikeout. This is his reaction.
But
that's a young man who loves nothing more than playing the game of baseball and pitching.
Pascal Perez. He and Fidrich were goats in how much Pascal Perez loved throwing a baseball, loved playing baseball because he enjoyed his at-bats.
Uh-huh.
I've never seen a pitcher enjoy striking out as much as because he was like, that was awesome.
I got a hit.
That was a great pitch. Like I was all over that. Good job. Yeah, but Pecan Pie, Ricky Henderson. Ricky loved baseball.
Ricky loved baseball.
No, Pacheco, you're right. Pacheco loves it. Joey Bats loved it until he didn't love it anymore.
And see, since I can't love Joey Bats, I'll take your word for it, but I cannot give him that benefit of the doubt.
He loved it. Favre enjoyed it, but again, he falls in the John Daly club of as much as he enjoyed in the game, I think he enjoyed after the game more than he did in game. Mm-hmm. Like his touchdown celebrations were remarkable. Take the helmet off, go sprinting down, and meet your receiver in the end zone. I'm all for it. He's in the Hall of Great when it comes to this. He's in the Hall of Great. Pacheco, Hall of Great. Almost borderline candidate, Hall of Fame. Great celebratory.
Sure.
Right?
Sure. I put Andrew Luck in that love of the game category.
Brian Sturr,
love back.
I'm mad. Brian Sturr, I'm now mad at you because he's not wrong. And I'm mad that he's not wrong. He said Pat McAfee. And I don't know why that, but that's probably why he belongs in the Hall.
Well, Pat, here, let me give you this. Pat McAfee was the Baker Mayfield of punters.
But that part, right? Like the same, like Baker and Pat McAfee and Jackson Dart. Right? Like
in the making.
Right,
Mm-hmm.
like, bro. Like you doing too much. Like I'm mad because McAfee, if he didn't do radio or television in a tank top, I would probably waive this in full. But the fact that he went into a WWE ring and got his head kicked in allows me to. Oh, okay, dag. I still not as good as Ricky loved baseball. Ricky
So Derek said Ricky Bobby, the fictional character. Doesn't count, but does count.
But it's kind of the North Star, right? That we do this, that. In none of the baseball movies do we have that guy. Who's the guy from Southbound and Down? Kenny Powers. Kenny Powers love.
Benny the Jet Rodriguez?
Loved it.
Loved the game.
Culligan J, stop it. I was having my moment. Happy Gilmore.
Yeah.
Happy. You're not wrong.
Crowbait, we cannot say that name because he was one of the neighbors.
Yeah. I'm not out of the Kittle conversation because, and I'll say that because tight ends tend to fall in that lane. I'm mad because Jason Kelce used to be that guy. But he got married and no, like he found love and no,
something tailed off.
Like Kelsey used to he used to be a hip hop dancer, bro. Now he doing the Carlton. Like, what are we doing? I understand that you married into this, but bro, you changed your hairstyle. You don't wear chains no more. Like you don't bounce no more now. You just out here.
Is Sunshine a joy and love of the game guy from Remember the Titans?
Oh, any quarterback's willing to make a block. That's why Joe Theismann was in the conversation. Like, willing to make the block, right? Like it's fair. Squints is absolutely it.
Oh, see,
Squints is yes.
I would go Ham Porter before I go Squints.
Which one's Ham Porter?
The catcher.
Well, that's what I thought it was.
Ball.
Yeah. Then you throw like a girl. Yeah. I'm in that club. I'm in with that. Yeah, the Favre Club. There's several people who are in the Favre Club. Because in his highlights in heyday, I'm not sure anybody celebrated as much at the quarterback position as Brett Favre. But there were too many moments when Favre didn't know what was going on. Like, he missed moments. Like, I loved it, like him making the first throw to Sharp for a touchdown. Like, his reaction was perfect. You know who I need to consider? Yeah, there's Magic Johnson.
Ooh, okay.
Magic.
Okay.
Magic's in the hall. Magic's in the hall.
Okay.
Magic's in the hall. It's to the point where Kareem has to tell him to calm down. Like, calm down, bro. We got 82 of these, man. Calm down, Magic. Come on, little fella. Calm down.
Pistol Pete in that mix?
He has to have his own category.
Okay.
Because when you're a revolutionary visionary, and he did it in the great resistance of that kind of basketball.
Mm-hmm.
That kind of basketball, like, it was him and Bob Cousy. And Bob Cousy got in trouble just for dribbling. Like,
people forget.
like, why are you dribbling in circles, bro? Why are you doing all that? You're doing too much, Bob Cousy. But then here comes Pete. And Pete said, oh, we're just going to flip all this basketball stuff on. I mean, there's no Magic said there's no Magic without Pistol Pete. Mm-hmm. Like, there's no Magic Johnson without Pistol Pete.
Mm-hmm. I think of two other guys in this conversation for me. Number one, Ronald Acuna Jr.
Before the injury, he has mellowed.
A little bit.
He is mellowed.
And a new favorite of mine, Cam Bynum, safety for the Colts, recently signed from Minnesota.
Of course you were going to pull
Did you see?
Of course you were going to name a Colt.
Did you see his celebration
100%.
from week one? Did you see what Cam Bynum was doing to get down, DP?
Hey, everybody. Raise your hand if you're surprised that Austin picked a Colt. Raise your hand, text line. Okay.
But did you see the video?
Yes.
Against the Dolphins.
But it was once in a moment.
Are you telling you cannot tell me that a guy? Come on.
Show me two of them though. Don't show me that one. Show me another.
Well, he hasn't had another interception since. That's how much he loves the interception. He gets down. Oh, actually, no. He did this one with Blue. He became
weird.
the Colts mascot.
Okay, that gets you. Terrell Owens makes me think of Terrell Owens.
But Terrell Owens didn't do it for the love of the game.
Oh, yeah, he did.
Terrell did it for the love of Terrell.
Same thing. Baker love Baker.
It feels different coming from Gio than it does Cam
Ricky love Ricky. Ricky loves so much. Ricky love Ricky so much. Ricky talks about Ricky.
I love me some me.
I love me some me. I'm not mad. I'm not mad at that.
Also, 2320. Please pump the brakes.
Get it?
They are good. What am I supposed to do?
Read the text.
Only person that weasels their team into the convo more than Austin is Jake with the Dolphins. To be fair, I have had a rip-roaring grand time through 6 weeks of the NFL season, and I am, to your credit, 2320, incredible at making comparisons to the Kansas City Royals. I pride myself on it.
We can go to break on this. I'm just going to point out he did not say Bobby Witt Jr. Just going to say.
I thought it went for that saying.
Just going to say he didn't say Jr.
I should have said Salvi.
Oh, yeah. What you shoulda, woulda, coulda. You played yourself. You had a chance. Open invite. The window was open. Swing and a miss.
We'll be back with more.
You're listening to Old School with Jay Foreman and Austin Orman. Download the mobile app and listen wherever you are on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Load up on meat and more this spring at The Mercado by Certified Piedmontese with great selections of T-bones, tomahawks, ribeyes, filet mignon, brisket, sirloin, and so much more. The Mercado has locations at 84th and Havelock, 30th and Yankee Hill, and now 85th and Old Cheney in Lincoln, where you can have $2 draft beer every Thursday night from 4 to 8 p.m. and half-price espresso drinks on Fridays from 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. Get to the Mercado today for the best meat in town.
Jack Russell of Farm Bureau Financial Services is here to help you protect things that are most important to you. Whether it's your home, your family, or your future, Jack Russell has the proven experience to get the job done while developing authentic relationships with you. Give Jack a call today at 402-421-9100. Again, that's 402-421-9100. Or visit one of his 2 locations in Lincoln or Seward and learn how you can excel in the complicated world of insurance. Jack Russell of Farm Bureau Financial Services, a trusted and well-respected representative since 1999.
Yesterday, your water heater worked just fine. Today, surprise! When you're out of hot water, just call the plumbers at Bryant. In most cases, you can get same-day water heater replacement. What you won't get is a costly surprise with the bill. At Bryant, the price you're quoted is the price you'll pay. No last-minute extras for piping or ventilation alterations. Need a new water heater? Just call Bryant, 467-1111. Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing. We do whatever it takes.
Start your Sundays off right with Jeff and Nicole Essink on Fitness Fanatics. Jeff and Nicole discuss health and wellness, how to achieve fitness goals, and more through the life of gym owners and gym goers. It's Fitness Fanatics from 9 to 11 a.m. on Sundays on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Are you looking for an exciting new way to put your skills to work? Explore new career options in the fintech industry at Currency, a Sandhills global company. We offer full-time positions in financial sales, compliance, operations, and other fields. We also offer a 4.5-day work week, an attractive benefits package, and opportunities for advancement. Put your motivation to work and grow with us at Currency. Visit gocurrency.com/careers to learn more.
When you were a kid, clubs were cool. Robotics club and space club and stuff like that. But what do adults get? Book clubs and quilting clubs? Nah, forget that. How about margarita clubs and old-fashioned clubs? Get to Upside Bar and Lounge for the best clubs in town. Try all 10 varieties of Upside margaritas or old fashions and take home a free souvenir glass. Grab the whole crew and pair it with Taco Night on Mondays or Whiskey Wednesdays. Upside Bar and Lounge at 29th and Pine Lake.
Lincoln's go-to for fun isn't new. It's a place that's been a staple of the city for years and is only getting better. Matson's Bowling and Billiards always has open bowling available with no long lines, unlike other centers. They have live music almost every weekend and great food at EJ's Bar and Lounge, with seating for 150 people. They have popular meals like the EJ Burger, pizza for the whole family, and famous EJ's Wings. Contact Sarah to book a party for friends, coworkers, or family at Matson's Bowling and Billiards, just south of 48th and Holdridge.
Hi, Sean Callahan here, and I've got some great news for you. Koppel Chevrolet GMC is proud to be the #1 fastest growing GMC dealer in the Omaha and Lincoln metros. Koppel is also celebrating its 50th anniversary. We want to say thank you to all of our customers that have helped us reach these milestones. So come see why so many customers, including myself, are choosing Koppel Chevrolet GMC for their automotive needs. Please check us out at koppelcars.com.
Rico here with HIS Auto Care at 70th and Van Dorn, letting you know HIS is a great place to bring your vehicle for service. With superior service bumper to bumper, we'll treat your vehicle like it's your mother's. Doesn't get any better than that. So call 402-488-8934 and HIS Auto will make you glad you did. 5% off, mention this ad, and for sure your mother will be proud you called. 402-488-8934, HIS Auto Care, 70th and Van Dorn. God bless you.
Boxing is back this Saturday with Brawloween at the Complex. The Midwest's best professional boxers will display their best performances with hometown favorites Clyde Godzilla Johnson and Cody Kerr among the boxers. Get your tickets at thecomplexlincoln.com where you can live stream this event as well. Nebraska football plays on Friday, so Saturday is open for you to attend or watch. Doors open at 6 p.m. with first bout at 7 p.m. this Saturday, October 18th. It's Brawloween at the Complex, located at 1555 Yolanda Avenue.
Back to old school with Foreman and Orman on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Oh, we're having a blast here on Old School. Another half an hour or so to go on the program. It'll be another 10 days before Nebraska's back at Memorial Stadium. But if you're planning to go to Nebraska Northwestern or Nebraska USC, potentially Nebraska and Iowa, you don't know what to do with your kiddo from age 5 to 12, take them down to Lincoln Children's Museum. They offer game day play dates. It's incredible, the activities they offer based around science, technology, engineering, arts, and mathematics with a football and activities-themed focus. If you want to register your child for a game day play date, you can drop them off 90 minutes before the game, pick them up to an hour after the final gun sounds. Go to lincolnchildrensmuseum.org to register. Again, lincolnchildrensmuseum.org to register. 402-464-5685. Still plenty to get to throughout the course of the show. DP, in the fun that we were having, don't want to skip over this text from 3576, who texted in last week. He says, DP, thanks for all the places to go in College Park. We were there Thursday, Friday, Saturday, went to Looney's and then another sports bar. After, came back early Sunday, but another friend went to the Iron Rooster Sunday and loved it. Thanks again.
No, it really is a great, College Park is a unique sort of college town in that it refuses to identify as a college town or a town with a college in it. When everything is built around it. So it's like, hey, you're kind of a thing here. Yeah, you should probably enjoy yourselves a little bit and let things happen. And great food, great neighborhoods. And yeah, it very hospitable. I mean, I would say most of the Husker fans, as a matter of fact,
Midwest nice or nice for the East Coast hospitable?
It's just different. Hoster Breezy was talking about it, the difference in the nice levels and the different types of nice. But for Mid-Atlantic, it's high level nice. It's not Charlottesville nice, Mid-Atlantic.
Not Southern Gentleman nice, but
no,
Mid-Atlantic nice.
No, because that's Blacksburg. That's Blacksburg. It's nicer than Baltimore. So it's not quite Baltimore, not quite DC. So it's kind of the perfect in between, and that's how it lands. That they were well treated. There were, they would say over 10,000 Husker fans there at the game. As a matter of fact, the young lady that was studying here was at the game. I was going to meet. I contributed to the economy. Probably 40 DMV people who have become Husker fans adjacent. Right, opportunity to see Husker Nation experiences. They all had seats on the Husker side. They all get involved. Hoster Breezy included, Barry Thompson. My little brother was there, and they were all fully engaged in Husker Nation. And I'm walking up to go meet. So if I knew all the seats were in the same kind of area, all the Go Big Red chants were going on. And then there's a young lady that literally she studies here in the Mill. She's a sophomore at the university, and her dad lives in our building. And she's like, "Aren't you like DP, the radio guy for the ticket?" And I was like, "Yeah." And she's like, "Oh my God, I study at the Mill all the time." And sure enough, she was here today. She was sitting in that corner seat there. Beautiful young lady. Her father, Mark, was a friend of Jay Foreman's along the way. But Husker Nation represented well, and I think Maryland was a great host. So bravo to everybody who went and all those that were involved.
See if we can expect the same from Minnesota on Friday night, just about 5.5 hours up the road for the Huskers. DP, I do want to ask, in the National League side of things, in the baseball bracket.
Are they playing?
Not right now. They'll get their travel day today.
Oh no, I thought it was over. I thought that the Dodgers were just going through the motions, just trying to figure who they were going to host in Game 1 of the World Series.
That's the question. Are the Dodgers bad for baseball?
I don't want to have Hoster Breezy's spirit show up in the no, they're not. It easily the most watchable team in the major leagues with the most watchable players. I mean, somebody mentioned Freddie Freeman earlier, and he's the number 3 personality on that team. I mean, Mookie is his own. Mm-hmm. Kershaw has his own space, but you have to count Ohtani twice. Right? You have to count him as a pitcher because Ohtani as the pitcher changes attendance and ticket prices. Ohtani, the hitter, certainly drives attendance and the ticket prices. Mookie's so good that we forget that he's asked to play every position except for catcher.
Right.
Kershaw is so good that we forget the Hall of Famer is still on the roster and still going to have a factor in this, that you have a pitching rotation that stands toe-to-toe, spike to spike with every starting rotation in baseball, and a bullpen that's as bad as any in any bullpen in baseball. So, yeah, it's great for baseball. It's great television, great deal. I mean, people can hate the Dodgers. I'm not necessarily rooting for them, but I certainly would be okay with watching them play for the World Series championship.
Couple stats here. Entering Tuesday, no Major League Baseball team starters had posted a sub-150 ERA over a 30-game span since the mound was lowered back in 1969, nor had any team starters allowed a sub-150 batting average over a 30-game span. The Dodgers have now done that over their last 30 games. So for the Dodgers over their last 30, their starters are 15-1. Their starters are 15-1. They 149 ERA, a 144 opponent's batting average, a .81 walks and hits per innings pitched, and 214 strikeouts. I can't say the Dodgers are bad for baseball because they looked mortal in the regular season. The problem for everyone else, DP, is that they figured out in the postseason because they've been there so often. It's kind of Chiefs-ish. I guess Chiefs are kind of Dodgers-ish. Dodgers, I mean, sure, on a more starting pitchers and then quarterbacks, right? I get that. That's where they've invested a lot of their money. Their starters are finally living up to their billing. Blake Snell is healthy. We'll see what Tyler Glasnow gives them. But the Dodgers lineup isn't what it was when they won the World Series, and yet it's still one of the best in baseball. That's why I can't be mad at the Dodgers, because for all the spending they do, they drafted and developed Will Smith, Andy Pages. Kike Hernandez wasn't necessarily one of theirs under the radar. They got the best out of Tommy Edman in a lot of ways. Max Muncy, kind of a cast-off there for a while before the Dodgers got him. It's not as simple. It's a little reductionist to say the Dodgers are ruining baseball because of how they spend in free agency. The Dodgers have done so much work behind the scenes to build up their analytics, their infrastructure, their scouting, their drafting, their development, that, yeah, I understand why other teams are frustrated, but the Dodgers didn't just buy their way out of the problem in terms of players. The Dodgers laid the groundwork over the course of 10 years to get to where they are today.
Well, I mean, to go and get Ohtani and then to nurture that, to go and get Mookie. Everybody had access to these players. You had access to Freddie Freeman. Why would you let Atlanta Braves? What were you doing? Like, what did you think? What were you doing? Right? That you take Anderson, you trade him away, and don't miss a beat. You go and get, players who were just like, I was in Houston. You got Teoscar was not that dude. So then you go and get, and then you cultivate it, and then allow him to play big in those moments. You have a deep bench. You talk their first four people off the bench, and they'd start for every other team in the West. So what are we doing? I mean, you think if Kershaw wasn't with the Cubs or any one of the other teams that he wouldn't have pitched in those playoffs and had meaningful. Like, he had a 5-run inning, and it's not fatal.
Right.
And it wasn't fatal. Like, so I like the Brewers. I just don't see enough dog in them.
Which is funny because that's how they got here. But the postseason is a different animal.
Well, you squaring up, you got to square up. That's what this in the league championship, you got to square up, right? You can't okey doke and fake hustle and bark loud and do all that sort of stuff when you square in the pit bull straight in the face. And he just looking at you like, I hear you barking, but I don't see you throwing no paws. It's like, this is a real, like, okay, dude, keep barking. I'm gonna go eat your bones, man. Gone. I see. You ain't gonna need these treats either. I'm gonna go ahead and take them. Keep barking. That's Milwaukee.
And maybe Toronto. Maybe. Jury's still out. I think they have more star power, and that's not all that comes down to in October, because you think about all of the no-name guys that were no-names until they became one-name guys. I mean, we can go on and on about the list. That's the beauty of your late September into October baseball, is that you don't have to be a somebody for 162 games to become a legend forever, but you're seeing some of the downside. because the Dodgers have those guys that can turn it on. We don't know what the ceilings are for Milwaukee's best guys. We do know for Los Angeles because we're seeing it, because their best players are playing like their best players. Milwaukee's best guys might be playing like it, but it's just not the same level.
Well, you're talking about legend where legacy is built. Like there are a ton of Milwaukee teams, but you can only identify those people that had the moments, the Robin Younts who had the moments when it mattered.
Yeah.
Like meaningful games. We talk about greatness of players and all that sort of thing, but if you're not playing meaningful games and then having success, Freddie Freeman, he was Freddie freaking Freeman since the moment he came in the league. He galvanized that by hitting a bomb to walk it off. Like in the biggest game. Like, bro.
Gibby 2.0.
Limpy. Gibby, as much as we talk about what a great athlete Kirk Gibson was, and we don't talk about Kirk Gibson enough, that he was a two-sport guy that, quite frankly, said no to the NFL when he could have played. To go through what he did in Detroit and then to go do it with the Dodgers in the most critical of moments against, I don't know, the second best closer in history. Eck was number two. Eck was number two. There was no closer not named Rivera who had more big moment closes against tough opponents than Dennis Eckersley. That A's run was epic. And for a dude that was the starter and said, hey, man, what y'all need from me? We need for you to go close ball games. Okay,
Gotcha,
cool.
coach.
See you in the bullpen. Super, see you in the bullpen. So I like how they do it. I don't have to like the fact that it's happening. Because quite frankly, we would all trade our teams for the Dodger roster.
Yes.
Tomorrow. Like, what are we doing?
I do it yesterday.
Yeah, who do you want? Hey, Bobby Wood Jr. Sorry, not Ohtani. Love you. Do really love you, but you're not Ohtani. Sorry, bro. Oh, wait a minute. Mookie.
Sorry.
Salvia. Sal, can we talk? Can we talk?
We do need to have the Salvi conversation at some point, but that's not today.
Can we talk? Like, yeah, I love you, but it's Freddie freaking Freeman. It's Freddie freaking Freeman.
Now,
bro.
I would take Maikel Garcia over Max Muncy.
Barely, bro. Barely. Muncy is a dog. Big moment dog.
He is.
Big moment dog. You can't compare them in that. It's just a preference. But give me Muncy and he's a dog. I'm cool.
Also taking Carter Jensen over whoever the Dodgers backup catcher is.
No, you're not.
I might. Don't test me, DP. I'll do it.
No, you're not.
I'll do it.
I'll challenge you on that one. Go ahead.
Cubs screw the Blue Jays are missing Bo Bichette, and it shows in the championship series. That's the thing with Toronto is that they, in some ways, are one of the closest things we've seen to those 2014-15 Royals teams, except they're slightly inverted. A little more starting pitching than bullpen. And they also hit for more power than those Royals teams did. The Mariners have a whiff rate as batters of 31%. They're swinging and missing 3 out of 10 times. The Blue Jays are only swinging and missing 1 out of 9.
I haven't forgiven the Blue Jays because Vladdy Jr. and Gurriel Jr. should still be on those. Like that, I haven't forgiven them for that. Like that would be put them back in there. That would make sense. Like, oh, now I got reason to root. You didn't do you messed that up. You messed that up.
But George Springer's there, DP. That's your boy.
That's my boy. But no. If Correa was there with him, we could talk. But no.
But Carlos is back where he belongs.
Yeah,
that's good for him. And
he's going to be reborn. That's a whole nother. I look forward to that Astros team healthy next year. Like I would imagine that it's Dodgers, Astros, Mets as the
and Royals when they get their new hitting department.
Oh, you are hilarious. Hilarious.
I'm just saying they solved the pitching.
Hilarious.
If they can do for the hitting what they did for the pitching.
Solve pitching. Listen. No, Austin. Stop. Get help.
I cannot and I will not. I cannot and I will not. We are Lincoln's home for the Royals, gosh dang it, and I love it. And you will too if you don't. Yeah, we'll wrap up Old School after this.
Watch Old School live on Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch. Old School with Foreman and Orman on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Imagine hitting rewind on your life 10, even 20 years. With testosterone therapy from Limitless Male, you can turn back the aging clock and get your edge, energy, and confidence back. If you've lost your drive, sleep deprived, muscle loss, belly fat, irritable, you're not the guy you once were. Get your T levels checked at Limitless Male. More and more men are realizing hormone replacement can turn back the clock. Schedule your free consult at limitlessmale.com.
Are you looking to upgrade or improve the garage door on your home? This is Cameron Hall of Doors Plus. At Doors Plus, we guarantee to offer a wide selection of options from 5 leading garage door manufacturers as we deliver a free estimate, exact measurements, and rapid installation with a 3 to 5 week time frame. When you choose Doors Plus for your residential garage door needs, you'll work with our experienced technicians and be ensured that your new door seamlessly complements your home. Give us a call at 402-590-5800 or visit us online at doorsplusllc.com. Doors Plus, garage doors and more.
At Valentino's, we're on a mission for tradition. On every slice, for every bite. Golden baked crust, cooked to perfection every time. Savory sweet sauce that's made from our own secret recipe. Loaded with the perfect amount of fresh toppings and melty mozzarella cheese. It's the tradition that Nebraskans have come to love. From game day to every day. Valentino's. Taste the tradition.
All right, Lincoln, if you're a diesel technician who's ready to earn up to $40 an hour and you're tired of working nights and weekends, listen up. Inland Truck Parts and Service is hiring experienced diesel technicians right here in Lincoln, and they're offering what every hardworking tech wants. Monday through Friday hours, no nights, no weekends, and paid training on advanced diesel technology. With 37 locations across 12 states, career advancement opportunities are endless. Start building towards your future and apply today at inlandtruck.com. That's inlandtruck.com. Or text APPLY to 785-369-1320.
Jack Russell of Farm Bureau Financial Services is here to help you protect things that are most important to you. Whether it's your home, your family, or your future, Jack Russell has the proven experience to get the job done while developing authentic relationships with you. Give Jack a call today at 402-421-9100. Again, that's 402-421-9100. Or visit one of his 2 locations in Lincoln or Seward and learn how you can excel in the complicated world of insurance. Jack Russell of Farm Bureau Financial Services, a trusted and well-respected representative since 1999.
Lincoln's go-to for fun isn't new. It's a place that's been a staple of the city for years and is only getting better. Matson's Bowling and Billiards always has open bowling available with no long lines, unlike other centers. They have live music almost every weekend and great food at EJ's Bar and Lounge, with seating for 150 people. They have popular meals like the EJ Burger, pizza for the whole family, and famous EJ's Wings. Contact Sarah to book a party for friends, coworkers, or family at Matson's Bowling and Billiards, just south of 48th and Holdridge.
Are you ready for a new opportunity? Check out Sandhills Global. Join a dynamic team where your skills are valued and your career can soar. We offer full-time positions with a 4.5-day work week, competitive pay, excellent benefits, and a positive work environment. From IT and marketing to sales and finance, we're looking for talented individuals like you. Apply today at sandhills.jobs and take the first step towards an exciting future. That's sandhills.jobs. Don't wait. Apply now.
Hi, Sean Callahan here, and I've got some great news for you. Copple Chevrolet GMC is proud to be the #1 fastest growing GMC dealer in the Omaha and Lincoln metros. Copple is also celebrating its 50th anniversary. We want to say thank you to all of our customers that have helped us reach these milestones. So come see why so many customers, including myself, are choosing Copple Chevrolet GMC for their automotive needs. Please check us out at copplecars.com.
John Henry's has a brand new membership club to protect your entire home in one program. With a VIP and a deluxe option, we will help you find the plan that best fits your needs. Receive discounts on services and equipment, priority service, complimentary inspections, and so much more. Protect your home's plumbing, heating, cooling, and electrical systems all in one membership. Call John Henry's to learn more.
435-5555. John Henry's Plumbing, Heating and Air,
and Electrical.
Anderson Ford in Lincoln has 2 convenient locations, which means 2 times the customer service, 2 times the inventory, and 2 times the ability to get you in the car of your dreams. Whether you visit us on the north side or the south side, you'll find more selection and a team that's always on your side. When you're looking for a better way to buy your next Ford, Visit Anderson Ford in Lincoln, where exceptional service meets unbeatable selection.
Back to old school with Foreman and Orman on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
It's been a fast show. It's been a great show. Appreciate y'all being along for the ride, being a part of the show on our Sartor Heyman Jewelers text line all show long. DP, did you see what happened in Boston yesterday?
What happened in Boston yesterday?
The Boston Celtics media had gathered for a game of the Junior Celtics Academy basketball camp, thinking that they were going to be split into teams and playing against one another, as has happened in years past. Joe Mazzulla, head coach of the Boston Celtics, said, "Not so fast. You'll be playing my assistant coaches." They played one quarter, 12 minutes of action. Care to guess what the final score was between the Boston Celtics media and the Boston Celtics assistant coaches?
12 minutes, 72-6.
57-4.
Yeah, I was thinking, I went too far. I went 6 points a minute. It was 5. Yeah, and then that they would score every third possession, if lucky, right? So yeah, that's that. But here's the thing: you have to record it, and you have to air it. The airing of grievances, right?
A Festivus,
right?
For the rest of us.
Well, if you're gonna talk about people, right? The ability to be accountable for it. Hey, man, those interviews, those post-game interviews, will go a little different. It'll go a little different this year. Hey, man, how come you didn't? You never did. What do you think if you, Bach, Harrison, Jake, Nick played for 12 minutes against the Husker starting 5 or the second 5? What do you think the score would be for 12 minutes?
Probably not pretty.
Right? Somewhere in that ballpark? Like that sounds about right, right? Right? You might get one to go down, right? Bach might get one to go down, but it's going to be some 1 for 7. 1 for 7 vibes and a lot of dunks by them. Right? Yeah, that part.
Some of the names on the Boston Celtics assistant coaching staff: God Shamgod Jr.
Yep.
As in son of.
Get him.
God Shamgod.
Get him.
Phil Presley.
Get him.
Missouri legend.
Get him.
Who I believe was on the team that got upset by Norfolk State.
Get him.
Back in the day.
Yep.
And again, sticking with the theme of shoehorning my teams into everything, 2014-15 NCAA March Madness tournament champion, Emil Jefferson.
You deserve this L. You deserve this L. That's what Evander was screaming. Come get this loss, Charlie Steiner. Necessary business. And I've often done this with parents of the teams that I coached, just to explain to them that before you get real critical of your son, he gonna wax this tail. He gonna get you out here. Come on, Dad. I know you used to play JV back in 1994. Come on out here. Let little Junior put that work in. Give you the bippy bat.
And the bappy bip.
Yep. And absolutely necessary. Absolutely necessary. Opportunity for tennis fans. Lincoln Challengers going on. Presented by the folks at USTA and Missouri Valley. $20 tickets tomorrow. First matches begin at 11. We're going to try to send somebody down there before the week's out. This thing goes all the rest of the weekend, but check-ins at 10:30. So the first match series starts at 11 and goes all the way until 8 o'clock. So you've got a few more days to enjoy it. Goes all the way through the 19th.
There you go. Get yourself down to the Dillon Tennis Center. Very easy to get to.
Yep.
Easy in, easy out. Find your way down there. DP, it's been an honor. I'll be out of here. I know you're sticking around a little bit tonight, but have yourself safe travels and a great weekend.
Thank you, kind sir. Greatly appreciate y'all.
Greatly appreciate the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese. 3 Lincoln locations, 1 in Omaha. Check them out at themercadobutcher.com. Figure out what they're having for Fired Up Thursday at the Mercado East location. Definitely check that out. And then Fired Up Friday at the Mercado North as well. For DP, I'm Austin. We got Lighthouse Wednesdays and more on Ticket Weeknights after this.